welcome to the season premiere of the World Poker Tour. I'm Lynn Gilmartin. Since the inception of the WPT, the Legends of Poker has been a favourite stop for amateur and professional players from around the globe.
Well, here we go, season 12 about to kick off. The Legends of Poker final table. There you see the chip leaders.
Ryan, Goindoo the chip leader with 5.5. As we have 6 players remaining.
Phil Laak in second chip position at the moment. Winner takes home over $613,000. Gets a seat in the WPT World Championship and his name engraved on the WPT Champions Cup.
716 entries started. Down to these 6. The antes are going to start at 10,000. Blinds are 40 at 80,000. Action
this time
on
I have to guess.
the man they call Muscles from Florida, John Gordon. Quick muck by him.
Youngest guy at the table, 26-year-old Jordan Cristos, tough pro. He's out as well.
And now around to Alex, a 28-year-old. Very methodical player. He won't play. On to Phil Laak.
One of the premier characters in poker, no doubt about that. This guy beats to his own drum and has all his life. Former backgammon pro, longtime poker pro.
Well, he's got ace-5. He's going to 185 to go. Ryan behind him folds.
All I need is about queen high.
And Dan Heimiller with a 9 deuce, a nothing hand.
Heimiller, longtime tournament pro. Not going to get involved here. So Phil Laak taking down the first pot. There you see Phil Laak's girlfriend, Oscar-nominated actress Jennifer Tilly, also quite a poker player herself.
And the first one to act right now is the very talented Dan Heimiller from LA.
Dan, longtime tournament pro, folds.
210.
It's around to Jordan Gordon, and with just a queen 5, the man from Florida is going to get aggressive, makes it 210 to go.
Well, his nickname is Muscles. Right now he's trying to muscle everybody out of this pot.
And Jordan Cristos right behind him with a 9-7 of spades. Now Jordan is a young pro out of LA, 26 years old. And look at this, he's thinking about this. Look at this, he's coming back over the top, Mike.
A 3-bet with a 9-7.
Alex Masek out, and now the Unabomber Phil Laak with a junk hand. Will not play that.
Over to Ryan Goindoo, our chip leader. He is out as well. And back to Muscles.
John Gordon, I don't know who he is or what his game's about, but I'm definitely not going to underestimate him. I'm just going to play my best. He reminds me kind of like Randy Macho Man Savage.
Actually, you finally got a readout here.
He's just posturing here. No chance he's going to call the re-raise with a queen 5 here.
John says he learned most of his poker by being a pawn shop owner. He had to see through people and learn how to read people. He said that really does help him in the poker game. I believe him.
Look at the stare down here, though.
Will not play that.
Jordan Cristos, the youngest player at the table at 26. 3-betting with a 9-7 to take it down.
That time he was speed.
Vince, we are in for quite a night.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
About 1.3 million, but action going to Jordan Cristos. Player out of LA, Jack 9.
Well, the guy just 3-bet with 9-7 a minute ago. Very impressive, but lays this hand down.
Alex Masek, young pro out of LA, also folding, and now Phil Laak, the Unabomber with a King Jack.
He's getting out raising chips. Indeed he is. Going to make it 180,000 to go.
Ryan Goindoo right behind him with a queen 10 of spades. He's the chip leader.
He's got position on Phil, so he is going to make the call here.
Dan Heimiller getting out of the way, and now Muscles from Florida, John Gordon.
Not going to play the 8-deuce.
So he folds, and we have 2 guys with quality hands. King Jack versus Queen 10, and we are going to the flop.
Now flop comes King 6-4. Great flop for Phil. Raise pre-flop, hits top pair and checks.
Yes, very sneaky, Phil.
Well, this is knowing your opponent. Knowing Ryan's an aggressive player. If you check to him, he's going to bet whether he hit the flop or not. It's exactly the case here. Now let's see if Phil check raises him or just calls. He just calls him here. Just check your aggressive opponent, let him keep betting for you.
And a 4 pairs the board. No real danger. Phil's going to try to trap again. Nice check. See if his man goes. No, he does the old check on the muscle. And that is unique, subtle, and a deuce of diamonds on the river helps no one.
Well, Ryan knows the only hand he can beat is a straight draw here on the flop.
Not going to come out of bet of $250,000. And Ryan Goindoo, poker pro out of Trinidad originally. He's going to fold the hand.
Yeah, Goindoo gets going out of this pot, and Phil Laak takes it down.
Phil Laak, very talented player. Now in the audience is beautiful Jennifer Tilly, an actress.
Well, right with him also is Prahlad Friedman, a former winner of this event, top pro player. So sweating in their man, Phil Laak. And look at this, Vince. Well, out come the goggles. Vince, one thing you got to say about Phil Laak, this guy makes poker fun for everyone.
He's putting on ski goggles.
Yeah, but you know what? He's also putting like a target on his back by doing that, you know? Because it is fun, and I would be laughing. But there'd also be something wonderful about knocking someone out that has a ski mask on. Just a little bit of an extra incentive.
Just figured I had to bring the goggles out, because it's that kind of fight, you know? These guys are going like 9th level Matrix on me. I have to step it up a notch. They really are. They don't even know it. That's the thing. They think they're on like 5th level Matrix. They're really on 9th level Matrix. Like, I don't even know how I'm surviving. So it was goggles or just die. Goggles or die. It wasn't even up to me.
And the cocktails are flowing here at the Bicycle Casino.
All right, back to the felt we go. Action going to our chip leader, Ryan Goindoo. He's got about 5.1 in chips, and he is going to raise with his jack 10 of diamonds.
Makes it $175,000 to go.
Heimiller going out. John has called with 4-3.
Jordan Cristos with the queen 9.
And he won't play that. Alex in the small blind won't play his junk hand. And now the Unabomber, Phil Laak, with a queen 5 of clubs. He's in the big blind, so he can invest.
Well, cost him $95,000 to call. There's $530,000 in the pot.
First reaction yet.
So he's going to prospect a little here with the queen 5 of clubs.
And the flop comes up 8-8-4. John Gordon hitting a piece of that pair of 4s. Phil Laak's going to check.
Now Ryan going to check.
300.
And $300,000 bet by Muscles.
Wow. Phil Laak goes out.
Ryan floating here, got no hand and no draw, but usually you float in position, not out of position.
Turn card, king of spades, helps neither player. Ryan gonna check it. Muscles looking confused.
Well, when a guy checks and then calls you when the flop is 8-8-4, you're nervous with bottom pair, I can tell you.
Checks again. River card is going to be another 4. Great for John Gordon, Mr. Muscles.
Well, he's made a full house here.
Oh, and he's gonna make Ryan bet this.
Well, Ryan has nothing. Only way he can win the pot is to bet at it, but that is not going to work here against a full house.
Call.
Hit the border.
And there you go. John's gonna love this.
I need a clap, just one. Can I get one clap?
Oh, and that's James Calderero. That's John's good friend. We've seen him on the World Poker Tour final table before. What a hand for John. Ryan Goindoo. He will make it $200,000 to go. Dan quickly folds.
Pawn shop man goes out.
Jordan Cristos, the young pro out of LA.
But not sure he's going to do much here with the jack 3 offsuit.
And he will fold it. Now Alex, the little suited connector, 9-10 of hearts, will make this call.
Phil Laak with the king queen right behind him in the big blind.
Likes it underneath those goggles. Gonna stick around, makes the call. And we are gonna see a flop.
So we have 3-way action here.
Flop comes up Jack 8.
Well, Alex has an opening straight draw. He's going to check.
Phil Laak not hitting is going to check as well. And Ryan with a continuation bet's going to stick out 175.
Well, Alex going nowhere with his straight draw.
Yep, he's going to call. Phil has to let it go. So 2-way action going to the turn. And the turn card will be a nothing card. Deuce of spades. Helps neither player.
Well, look at this, Vince. Alex is now reaching for chips. Going to bet into the pre-flop raiser and the guy that bet on the flop, it looks like.
If you can't hit him, bet nevertheless. That's exactly what he's going to do. 280,000 with nothing.
I just want to know what it's like to be up here with you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys got the command central.
Always a pleasure working with you.
Seeing everything going on. This is what's happening. You got the
All right, hold on, Phil. We got a hand going on.
Now Ryan with just an ace-queen, he's going to splash around to the discomfort of Alex. Now Alex would love to hit something, but no, an 8 on the river.
Well, Alex knows now the only way he could win this pot's to bet at it. Not going to win it with a 10 high. He is going to bet.
Yeah, 415,000 into Ryan Goindoo.
Looks like he is going to raise this pot. 900,000 to go. Not a fan of this play, Vince. I think the call makes a lot more sense than the raise here, but either way, Ryan Goindoo going to take this pot down.
It's not poker that I love as much as winning. I love the feeling that comes when you win that big pot. It's just such an adrenaline rush. It's like being on a roller coaster.
Okay, now, I happen to be a guy that doesn't think sunglasses should be allowed at the table, but you think you should be able to put on a motorcycle helmet. Can you put a shield up in front of you? Where do you draw the line?
Well, I have plans right now so that I can be in my, at the pool, and I'm going to have a robot moving the chips in. I'm going to send messages via remote, and I've got it all in design stages right now to cut, identify the chips, et cetera, push them out. There's some things I've got to work out, but that's coming in the works.
Okay.
You know?
That's great, that's great.
The guy is always thinking ahead. Phil Laak, right now, the chip leader at the Legends of Poker. Good luck.
Whatever happens. You guys are the best. Hey, can I have one of these? Can I have one of those? Cool, just one. You are awesome.
Go get him. He's going up to 15,000. The blinds are 50 and 100. And right now, Jordan Cristos.
And the 26-year-old poker pro looks at the 8-4 hearts and folds.
He won't play that Alex Masek. Very daring player. Will raise with a king 10. And now Phil Laak Unabomber will fold the hand.
Well, Ryan, who just beat Alex in the last pot, going to call here with the 10-8 of diamonds.
Dan quickly folding. John will call. He's priced in with a 7-6.
We got three-way action here. And the flop comes ace, queen, 3. No help for anybody.
Yeah, Alex with the inside straight draw will make the continuation bet. 175. Ryan out. John puzzled.
How you seeing, kid?
And he's going to also fold the hand. So Alex Masek, who went to law school in San Diego, takes down the pot.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Action going to the chip leader, Ryan Goindoo. And he's going to look down at a 9-6 quick fold. And now Dan Heimiller, who hasn't played a hand since the Carter administration, will take down a look at a pair of kings.
Well, he'll be playing this one. He's on the short stack at the table, sitting in 6 chip position. Just the kind of hand he's looking for right now. 250,000 is the bet.
And he's going to get action by John Gordon with the little suited connector. Now Jordan Cristos. JC will fold his hand.
Yeah, I think that's what...
Alex out as well. But Phil Laak with the 2 5s. He's going to make the call, and I sure don't blame him.
It's the clock right now.
Hoping to flop a set of 5s here. Or Mike could win a big pot, but it comes queen 4 deuce with 2 spades. Phil checks.
Heimiller with the Cowboys. The overpair going to make the continuation bet.
Well, Muscles goes out, but tough decision here for Phil Laak right now. He knows this guy might make a continuation bet with nothing. Well, very nice fold, in my opinion, by Phil Laak. A lot of guys would have called with 2 5s there, or even check raise with him, maybe.
You won that hand, Dan Heimiller. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. The money went your way.
So Dan Heimiller taking down his first pot here tonight. He's got a World Series of Poker bracelet to his collection.
Then when it's heads up, they can just cross off.
Cashes in so many tournaments. Quite a player, but on to the next hand. Jordan Cristos now quickly folding his hand. Alex.
At the 6-3. Alex also with the 6-3. He folds.
And now the Unabomber. The very entertaining Phil Laak also has to release his hand. Ryan out.
Wow. Somebody give me the date and time. Wow. You folded a hand on the button.
Look, he only calls when I raise, then he plays, you know?
Oh, my God, that's so bad.
If I fold, he has no interest.
John can't believe that Ryan folded a hand on the button.
Now Dan gonna raise with his king 5.
I call.
And Muscles with an 8-3 is gonna slop around.
Well, as you can see, John, a defender, just not giving up the blind, even though he only has an 8-3. Flop comes ace, 7 deuce. Now Dan's gonna check, and John checks right behind him. Now the board pairs deuces. I think Dan might bet king high here, thinking it's the best hand, but he's going to check, and John checks behind him, just surprised about that. Now an ace comes off, so Dan in great shape, aces and deuces with king high.
I check.
Makes a good check here, in my opinion, to give his opponent a chance to bluff at it, and that's just what he's done. This is about as easy a call as you have in poker, in my opinion here. I'd be shocked if Dan would throw this hand away.
Okay, I think...
And Dan's gonna make the solid call.
Pair you win?
no pair.
I got 8 high.
Dan chose
King 5, huh?
king of clubs, 5 of spades.
So your bet was good hand.
But look at this, Muscles is upset that his man called him. He doesn't like that, he's getting disgruntled.
I'm gonna play an ace the same way.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's why I was...
I'm gonna play an ace the same exact way. I got no advantage of doing it. And you're still calling.
Back to the action we go. Ryan Goindoo. He's the chip leader with close to 5.4 million in chips.
Jordan Cristos, also over 5 million, has 5.1 million.
I guess electronic now, huh? Maybe it's
All right,
electronic.
action on Dan Heimiller. He quickly folds. John Gordon also going out. Jordan Cristos.
And the tough young pro with the red sunglasses.
You know, he's a former pizza delivery boy.
Well, he didn't deliver here, he folded.
Around the horn to Alex. He's not going to play. And Phil Laak.
And he's got the goggles on now. The ski goggles. Change the Unabomber look to the ski slope look, I guess.
He's got just a 9-8, but he's got some money in there. Looks like he's getting out raising chips. Yeah, he's going to get aggressive. Makes it 290 to go.
Yep, raised out of the small blind, but a quick call by Ryan Goindoo, the chip leader, who's got position on Phil Laak.
And here is the flop, ace 9-6.
Now Phil's flop second pair here, but checks. A mysterious check to me there. An 8 comes off, so Phil's got 2 pair now. Ryan, of course, with the open-in straight draw.
Phil's going to bet this 400,000. But you're right, Ryan has some possibilities now, so he sees the potential, is going to make this call. Hoping to catch lucky, and the river card is lucky for him. 5 of hearts, hits his straight.
Possible flush, possible straight out there. Phil Laak not liking that card, he checks.
What a good check by Phil. And Ryan's going to swing out a bet here. Wow, 600,000. Yep, looks like he wants to keep him honest.
Oh boy, he is not going to be a happy camper here if he makes this call.
Yeah.
He's called it. Opponent showed him a straight is going to win this pot. Phil kicking himself for not betting the flop there, I promise you. There's his girlfriend, Jennifer Tilley. Quite a poker player herself, but not happy with her man losing that pot. And Vince, notice Phil Laak is now in 6th chip position. Came to this final table in 2nd place. The goggles just not working here, Vince.
Not so far. Now a couple folds into Phil. He's got the button. He's got ace 8 of diamonds.
240.
He is going to move it up to 240 to go. Ryan behind him with just a 6-5.
Now he gets out of the way.
Now Dan Heimiller
All in.
with a king jack, says all in.
Wow.
Parlay, what should I do? Can Parlay tell me? Parlay, you remember the code, right? 1 hand, 2.
John Gordon seems displeased that Phil's asking what should I do.
Perlad laughing. Phil, of course, joking. But he throws away the best hand here.
How much can I pay you to see it? $200. I can't pay on that.
Dan Heimiller getting on a nice little roll now.
179? Come on, kid. It's like in the 100 range.
We all know you with Foley from the time you start talking.
Phil Laak uses persona at the table to manipulate people in different ways. He's not gonna, you know, for lack of better words, do that banana in the tailpipe crap with me.
Oh, a little anger going on here at the table. John Gordon.
I think Phil just has a great time when he plays poker. Whether it's a cash game, a tournament, he has fun playing the game. He certainly means no harm to anybody.
Tell that to John. But a quick fold by Alex, and now Phil Laak, the Unabomber, has picked up a real hand, pair of tens.
240.
And there you go, 240 to go.
Yeah, Phil not going anywhere this time. You always like to see a flop with a small pair, hoping to flop a set.
Dan out, and now John Gordon. Look at this. John has picked up a monster pair of kings.
750.
Incredible timing, and he's going to re-raise. JC going to pick up a nothing hand. And he obviously will release that. Now it's back on Phil.
Either I'm out Jediing myself or you've out Jedi'd me. There's a lot of Jedi energy happening or none at all. I can't figure it out.
Yeah, it could be a squeeze play. Vince, I can't see him throwing 2 tens away here.
No, definitely not.
With the short stack, I'd be surprised if he did.
Maybe I should just fold. You know, I don't know. Okay, I'm all in. I don't know.
He's going to push. Ryan out.
Uh-huh. That's what he said.
All in.
I called.
You have aces?
I called you.
And look at this. He's saying, I called you. Show me first.
They both have to turn their hands up when they're all in, so it doesn't really matter who turns up first here.
This has happened to me before. The tens is a tough one.
What a bad place for the Unabomber. Wow.
Maybe I shouldn't have pulled out the goggles. Maybe I should have left the goggles at home, huh?
The Unabomber about to bomb out in 6th place unless it ghe gets very lucky here. He may be able to pick those goggles up in the local trash can right outside the door.
Oh boy, he needs to get lucky. The very entertaining Phil Laak in big trouble right now with 5 cards to come. Here we go with the first 3. Will Phil get lucky? Not there. 9, 6, 5, 2 diamonds.
Now Phil has a diamond, but John has a bigger diamond.
I almost folded. I can't believe it. You got him. I mean, there's 2 more cards, but I'm here. I'm prepared to lose.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Either way.
John loves his position right now. Here comes the turn.
We're looking for Rin 10-10, a 7. Well, the crowd moans. Phil knows he can win this pot with an 8 or a 10. Must have one of those 2 cards.
Jennifer Tilly begging for a 10 or an 8.
I'm okay without it getting there. I would love it, but I'm okay either way.
I know.
It's an 8!
Wow! Unbelievable. Phil Laak gets lucky to make a straight on the river. John, stunned at the table, can't believe it.
Oh, big celebration for Phil Laak.
I said it was going to be a straight.
He's over there dancing, as you can see.
He cannot believe it.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Well, Dan Heimiller going out. John Gordon out as well.
60.
Jordan Cristos, they call him JC. He's from LA. He's got ace-4 this time.
Well, he's going to raise the pot here.
Going to make it 375 to go.
Yeah, pretty big bet here, more than 3 times the size of the big blind.
Oh boy, he could be in trouble because right behind him, Alex has picked up a pair of jacks.
Well, Alex has won a number of events on the World Series of Poker circuit.
I'm all in.
He's going to shove all in with the jacks. Phil Laak getting out of the way. Ryan not going to play the hand, so back on Jordan.
And an ace and a baby card sure shrinks up when a guy moves in on you. Jordan giving up the pot. Alex taking it down.
Yep, Alex, a young poker pro, has a law degree from San Diego Law School.
That's what they're playing for tonight. Winner taking home over $613,000. Plus he gets his name engraved on the WPT Champions Cup.
All right, right now the play goes to Muscles John Gordon out of Florida. He looks like he chops wood for a living. Big guy. Quick fold by him. But Jordan this time with a pair of eights.
And he's got the mid pair. Certainly going to play this hand and raise it. See what he's going to make it.
You are correct. He's going to make it $300,000 to go. And now Alex, who just picked up jacks, will not call with a queen jack.
Oh, Phil Laak picks up 2 nines.
Jordan Cristos, approximately what did you start with? Or don't say anything and lift your hand so I can just see what's going on over there. Thanks. Jordan Cristos, I'm going to put in the same number of chips in the same denomination that you put in.
Phil just calls. Ryan and Dan Heimiller go out.
May it be a fair and valiant battle. Good luck to the both of us. But me more, I'm biased.
Here come the first three.
Now 10-6-4. Pretty good flop for both 2 8s and 2 9s.
Jordan Cristos. These are just random notes I made on some of the different players. He has a ton of cashes. He's been at it forever, but never for more than a $2,000 event. So this is a big deal. He wins this. This will be, if he comes in 4th, 3rd, 2nd, or 1st, it'll be his biggest win ever.
You see the Unabomber. Now, when he's not in the Himalayas studying religion and such, and this is what he does. He gathers research on poker players, and they're going to both check.
Now the deuce of clubs comes off. Both opponents have a flush draw.
Going to check again.
So Phil Laak has the best hand and the best draw. He's in great shape.
Will Phil put it in a bet here? No, he slows down. He's not going to bet as well.
Well, playing very conservative. Just doesn't want to get check raised out of the pot, I guess. Queen of hearts on the river.
Doesn't help either player. Jordan going to check.
Phil checks right behind him with the 2 9s. Can't believe Phil Laak never made a bet at that pot after his opponent checked 3 times.
Well, didn't get much out of all that research. Because right there, he's going to take down the pot, but not the best one he could have. Action going to Jordan Cristos. JC, he folds his hand. Alex now also not going to play. And the Unabomber with the goggles, going to peek at a 0 hand. Won't play that junk.
Oh, man, they're up to me, huh?
Ryan out as well. But Dan Heimiller with a 5 deuce offsuit. Got to know.
No shame in laying it down.
His opponent is priced in here. He's got $125,000 in the blind. That's about all he's got left, so doesn't matter what Dan does here.
Can't give me a walk, huh?
I'm gonna call.
John will be going all in, I think.
But look at this.
Well, John just checks. Going to see a flop first before he puts in his last $125,000. Well, flop comes King 8-7.
Just don't hesitate. Just get it in there.
He's giving directions to Dan, and Dan will comply.
Well, Dan Heimiller betting $120,000 on the flop.
Did you raise me?
But John only has $125,000 left. He puts it out there.
You can lay it down.
Let me think.
Oh, come on.
Get the show on the road.
Really?
Of course, he's got to do it, and he, of course, does it.
Deuce 5 I got call with. Wow.
John is in shock because he called that raise.
Wow.
He's getting 120 to 1 on his money. Of course he's going to call.
It's so strong. You call me with 5 deuce? Wow.
Perplexed and not happy about anything that Dan is doing.
Dan, you really are the survival artist, sick, genius, wizard. Nobody really talks
No, but
about
I mean, you know I got to call the hand. No matter what I have.
I don't. It wasn't much compared. It wasn't much. It wasn't compared to the pot.
I got you. Okay.
But I'm lucky for you that I decided to do it that way.
Hopefully.
Don't get Muscles mad there, Dan. The big guy. Ace of diamonds on the turn.
Well, John sweating it, of course, because Dan drawing live a 5 or a deuce will win him the pot.
And he's starting to chuckle. He likes his position. Can he stick around? Yes!
There you go, Muscles. There you go.
Well, there's John's buddy, James Calderero.
Helping out the short stack.
You end up getting 4 to 1 no matter what I have.
Action going to Alex Masek, poker pro. will fold his hand, and now Phil Laak.
Yeah, he's out as well. Chip leader Ryan Goindoo now looks down at a nothing hand fold, so Dan Heimiller on the button. Got a 5 deuce, just double up his opponent with a 5 deuce a minute ago.
Yeah, you have a lot of chips. 600,000, huh? That's too much.
See what he does with this 5 deuce. He gets rid of it.
Mullen.
John has hit king queen, and he says all in.
Call.
And Jordan with an insta call because he has ace 10.
Good luck, kid.
Thanks.
Well, this hand plays itself with the chip stacks and the cards the way they lie. John obligated to go all in with this hand. Jordan obligated to call.
John's friend James Caldero has watched a lot of Al Pacino films. And right now, he's a slight dog.
Can he get lucky with a king high against ace high?
Oh, yes, he does.
So far, so good for John. Flops the top 2 pair, but his opponent has a good shot straight throw.
Nicely done by John Gordon. 2 pair on the flop.
Yeah, this lucky shirt's going to get shredded if a jack comes up.
Man from Florida survives with 2 cards to come. Go with a turn.
Well, the 9 comes off, so we're down to the river. If John Gordon can dodge a jack on the river, he will double up yet again.
Oh, boy. They continue.
Well, Phil Laak has joined us here in the booth. Phil, you got to sweat this final card?
We're sweating it all together.
All right.
There we go.
Looking for a jack. Doesn't happen. The ace comes off.
There you go.
Here we go, Muscles. Your turn, Daddy.
We still have 6 players left, Phil.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description, use the code YT11 on deposit, and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Okay, we're back here on the World Poker Tour. Final table continues.
Ryan Goindoo still out in front with over 6 million in chips. Second place, Phil Laak with just over 5 million.
Action on the always entertaining Phil Laak, the Unabomber at the table, WPT champion, and he looks down at a pair of deuces in first position.
I must think this is a ski jumping competition or something.
He's mucked it. Ryan also going out. And now Dan Heimiller with a nothing hand, won't do it.
300.
Muscles from Florida will make the raise with a queen 10 of diamonds.
Well, he's only got 1.3 million in chips, bet 300,000 with the queen 10 here.
Jordan Cristos out. But now Alex Masek.
He's going to raise it.
I don't get it. Why just stick me on with?
Just sensing Muscles might be making a button raise here, even though he's on the short stack. Knowing it's the best hand right now. It's taking John this long to play.
Yep, and he's going to muscles out of the hand. John Gordon going to go away. Nicely played by the young 28-year-old poker pro. He has 6 World Series of Poker circuit rings. Very impressive. Okay, moving to this hand. Quick fold by Muscles. Jordan Cristos. With the old Doyle Brunson hand, 10 deuce. And he's not going to mess around with that junk.
Now over to Alex. Alex looking down at the ace-5 offsuit. He's going to raise it. Makes it 260,000 to go.
Phil Laak out. Ryan, our chip leader, not playing. But Dan, with a pair of 6s, just going to call.
Yeah, many people would 3-bet here with 2 6s. Dan taking the conservative route. And flop comes Jack 5 deuce. Dan has 2 6s, and as you can see, Alex has middle pair with top kicker.
Continuation bet by Alex.
Well, there's a check raised by Dan Heimiller. Makes it 730,000 to go.
Ooh, look at that pissed off look.
There's a little laser look there, that's for sure, but Dan Heimiller not looking back at him. Dan, long-time tournament pro, taking down that pot with the check raise. He only started with $1 million in chips at this final table in dead last place. A pretty good margin. He's triple the size of his stack since he's got to this final table.
But right now, our chip leader still is Ryan Goindoo, 5.8 million.
Phil Laak in second place. That's what they're playing for. Over 613,000 goes to the winner tonight. Dan Heimiller, the most experienced tournament player at this final table. Been playing tournament poker over 20 years. Had his first cash back in 1992.
Action on JC. Quick fold by him. Alex out. Phil Laak, the green flash, picks up a pair of fives.
He's got the speed limit hand. And he is going to raise with it. 240,000. Right behind him is the chip leader with the ace-3 of diamonds.
Yep, Ryan's been very quiet as of late, staying uninvolved, but now it looks like he wants to get active.
Well, it seems like every time Phil Laak raises a pot, this guy comes in it. Here, he's going to 3-bet with the ace-3.
Makes it 700,000 to go. Everyone else going out. Back on Phil.
This is what you hate as a player. When the only player at the table has more chips than you is the guy 3-betting you.
And the Unabomber has to go back into his lean-to. He can't take the heat. Ryan's going to take this one.
Well, Ryan well understands Phil Laak does not want to get involved with a marginal hand against the chip leader there.
Let's go take a look at Phil Laak's cards. He is first to act. He lives in LA as well. Doing something strange with his hand here.
Yeah, he does a lot of strange things, period, but that's why he's so much fun to watch and play with at the table, I might add.
2 raise it, min raise.
He's got a little suited connector, and he will raise with it.
Right under the gun, raising with the 6-5.
Right out, but Dan has picked up ace, jack. Oh, temptations here. Yep, he's getting a handful of chips out.
This is going to be a 3-bet, it looks like. Not that big a 3-bet. Makes it 475,000 to go.
Russell's and Jordan both go out.
Oh, yeah. Of course, yeah.
Alex can't compete.
Do me a favor.
Back around to the Unabomber. Phil Laak.
Could you put 240 here and not scoop it into the pot, but separate it from that stack and put it here and not touch this at all? Don't even touch it. Just put 240 there.
I'll give you change.
And just right there. Don't have a touch there.
Is there anything else we could do for you, Sir Phil? Like any other requests?
He's doing the right thing here, Vince. He wants to know, take my bet in, take his bet in, and let me see how much more it's going to cost me to call. And when he does that, he's going to see he's getting over 4-to-1 odds on his money.
How could he see anything? He's got that thing, those things over his eyes. How can he possibly see the hands?
He acts dumb, he acts weird, but he's got a degree in mechanical engineering, a former backgammon pro. Phil Laak, not as dumb as he perceives to be at the table.
Whoa, look at this. Good flop for Phil Laak. Picks up 6s with a straight draw.
Dan Heimiller, I'm all in.
Wow.
And he goes all in.
Where's the all-in button? We need one.
Have a nice day.
And there you go.
I went all in. Hey, Vince, tell me if that's a mistake or if I'm supposed to take a card.
I think you made the right move, my friend. And a jack on the turn, so it's a great bet. Otherwise, Heimiller would have hit his jacks.
He had a pair of 5s, a mother.
I went all in. I didn't show a parlay. You told me not to show, right? Don't show. Stay true.
That's Phil Laak's girlfriend, of course, Jennifer Telly. Great player herself, I might add.
My coach says don't show.
The Andes have gone up to 25,000. Blinds at 75, 150.
Phil, the only player at the table that has a WPT title on his resume.
Action's on him. He's going to fold us. Now it's on Ryan. Our chip leader. He's got a queen, 7 of spades. Will raise with it.
Well, going to make it 400,000 to go.
Dan goes out.
Mullen.
John Gordon, Mr. Muscles, has gone all in. Insta call.
You're first. Hurry up.
I wasted. You raised me?
I call.
Okay.
John, a nice little favorite right now.
Queen 7. All right, I'm ahead.
Well, only cost Ryan another 180,000 to make the call. So certainly feels like he's getting priced in correctly to make the call, which he does. Now can he get lucky and take John out of this tournament?
Here comes the flop. It's a queen on the flop. Ryan is out flop Muscles with the queens.
Wow, Jack or an ace. Queen 7 you're pushing on me, huh?
Nice, Sam.
Oh, and his muscles is just talking to himself.
Come on, John. It's okay if I knock you out.
Yeah.
We've been playing together for a while now.
Yep.
I'll let you crack my back and break a rib if you want.
I'm not sure I'd want to be hugging the guy right now if you just snapped him off.
Not the guy you want to get mad at the table, perhaps, but Ryan doesn't care.
Certainly not over.
2 cards to come. John could use some luck here. Will it appear? 9 of diamonds.
John Gordon must catch an ace or a jack on the river, or he is going to be our 6th place finisher.
No ace, no jack. No ace, no jack. No ace, no jack.
Wearing the lucky shirt the Royal Flush Girls got him. He better put it to use right now.
7, there we go. 7, good card.
Can John from Florida suck out? Will Muscles do it? No, it's a 7 of hearts. 7. This is going to knock out Muscles.
He's an entertaining guy. He's going to pick up $85,000 for his effort here tonight. He is disappointed.
Let's go see what the former pawn shop owner has to say.
They got in there good on every street, so it happens.
All right, back to the table. Alex out. Phil Laak with a nothing hand.
Look at this. Phil Laak, a bandito here, raising the pot with a 10-3 offsuit.
Wow, it makes it 300,000 to go. A couple folds behind him. Into Jordan, who also has nothing. And he will not call, so Phil Laak doing a little steal in there. Very nicely done, Phil. And he's not saying a peep. Just
This feels so good
taking in the chips.
when you steal a pot with no hand.
All right, right back at him. Phil won't play the 10 queen. Ryan out. Dan also out. And Jordan now is going to call with an 8-4. And Alex behind him with king 6 won't raise, says let's see 3.
Pot comes 7-5-5 with 2 clubs. Jordan with a gut shot straight draw, as you can see. Well, he is going to lead up and bet 150,000 here. And you just sense that Alex feels like he's at it here.
That is true, but does Alex want to stay involved and build this pot with nothing? No, he does not. So Jordan Cristos, the drummer, he's in a band and top poker player, will take that pot. Taking home some big money in tournaments.
Yeah, action on Dan Heimiller. He goes out with the 9-8. Jordan out as well.
Alex not going to play that mess, and now Phil Laak with a queen jack.
Well, the battle of the blinds here. Phil again out of position against the chip leader.
It looks like he's getting some raising chips out. Wow, he's going to make it 6-10 to go.
Well, that's over 4 times the size of the big blind. So it just sends like a message, you know, not that strong, I really want you out of here. But Ryan just doesn't go out when Phil's in the pot.
But Ryan is going to splash around with just a 9-8.
And he's got the suited connectors. Wants to see a flop, but he's also got position over Phil Laak. And he has played that beautifully against him all day.
Well, the flop comes up ace, king 4, no help to either player. And Phil is not going to make the continuation bet. He checks.
Well, Ryan checks right behind him. Now a 3 comes off. Phil's opportunity to take the pot here, but he checks again. And Ryan says, well, if you're not going to take it, let me take a stab at it.
Yep, great instincts. He's going to take over. Bets 800,000 with 9 high.
I have a lot of history with Phil Laak. I've been playing with him for a long time. He'll play tight, like a knit box for hours, and then all of a sudden he'll start splashing around. So he's just quite unpredictable.
Very good evaluation.
Well, these two guys have played a lot of cash games together over the course of their career.
And right now, Ryan's going to cover up.
I'm all in.
And Phil goes up, and he says he's going all in. And
Call.
Look at this bluffing going on here.
You knew what I was doing anyways.
Well, Ryan bluffing right back at him by saying call.
You knew. He's played with me for 10 years.
I call. Where's the chips? I don't get it.
I probably shouldn't even show the kids at home that trick, you know?
What, hiding? Are you gonna bomb a hide?
No, you just throw the hand away and then the guy's still hiding. Yeah, they've done it to me. Every time I hide, they do that. You know, I'm laying on the couch, they say, I'm all in at the end.
I didn't even have to look up. I was calling.
Ryan with a good move, playing 9 high in great form. All right, right back at it. Jordan is going to make it 400,000 with ace-8. And now Alex has a pair of 5s.
He's going to ship it here, Vince.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this, an all-in bet by Alex with just 2 5s. He's got the speed limit here. Will he be caught speeding?
Don't do that.
Everyone else going out, and Jordan saying, how much more is going to cost me?
It's like a snap fold in my head. I just want to make sure it's too much.
That's another 1.3 million for him to call.
It's like king, queen, queen, jack.
There's a little over 2.5 million in the pot, meaning he's getting about 2-to-1 odds on his money.
Can't make this call.
Anytime you have an ace in your hand, you're not more than 2-to-1 dog unless your opponent specifically has 2 aces.
And there's Jordan's parents, Kathy and Jeff, rooting on their son. Will he make the right decision here?
Fold.
You know what, he's going to fold it.
And he lays it down, so it turns out to be a real good all-in bet by Alex.
King, queen of clubs.
What did you have if you're trying to figure out what I have?
I don't want to know. I'm just thinking out loud.
Were you dominated by that, it sounded like, in your combo?
I'm not going to say, but...
Okay. You just want me to say what I have, but you're not going to say
No, I don't want you.
I got you.
I don't want you to tell me what you have.
Back to the action we go.
Technology Vince. Get with it.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Quick fold by Phil Laak. And now Ryan with a 10-9 will raise to 375 to go.
Well, the chip leader continues to apply pressure. Got the suited connectors here. Folded around to Alex. Ryan can't look. I'll take a little nap.
Well, it's on Alex. He's got queen 4. He's in the big blind. But no, he will not play this.
Just hard to clash against the chip leader. You think he's at it a little bit, but still, you just hate to jeopardize your chips when the guy could bust you.
All right, right back at him. Action going on Dan Heimiller, the 51-year-old who lives in Los Angeles.
He goes out, round to Jordan Cristos.
He's also a local from Palmdale, California. And he has queen 5, and he will raise with that. Makes it 475 to go. Alex out. And now Phil Laak, the Unabomber, with a nothing hand. He elects to fold.
Ryan Goindoo with the 9 deuce. He's going to go out as well. So Jordan making the bold raise with the queen 5 offsuit. Takes down the pot, and the Jordan Nation loves it.
First place, 613,000 here tonight to be given away to our champion. Who will it be? Action now on Jordan Cristos.
He's got the famed Doyle Brunson hand, the 10 deuce suited. Doyle, a former winner of this event, and the main event of the World Series of Poker 2 years in a row, holding a 10 deuce. That's why this hand is named after him.
Well, Jordan has raised to 300,000 with this Doyle hand. He's got one man out. Now Phil Laak with 9 deuce comes to his senses. And now Ryan also with an awful hand, won't play, but Dan with an ace 3. And he is going to stick around for this.
He makes the snap call with the ace high. It's the ace high versus the Doyle Brunson.
And the flop comes up 9-8-6. That gives a straight draw, of course, for Jordan. Dan's going to check. Dan hitting none of that.
Well, Jordan could check to get the free draw at the gut shot straight if he opted to take that approach.
Jordan, a couple of years of college, he quit it for poker and music. And it looks like it's paying off here nicely tonight. And he's getting chips out. Yep, 225.
I'll tell you, Doyle Brunson going to be proud of this guy, Vince.
Dan is tricky.
I can't call.
He's not going to call or play back at him, so Dan's going to fold. Jordan nicely played.
The Cristos Nation comes alive as their man is really doing well right now.
JC in blues, FTW.
Ooh.
They got posters. You gotta cheer. Anyone who makes a poster gets cheered for. You know, it's a rule. It's like a thing. It's in the etiquette book of cheering and stuff.
The Unabomber's at the final table. Here we go again. 5 players remain. Action on. Phil, he's got a 9-8. The Madman won't play that hand, but Ryan also going out.
And Heimiller looking down at King 9 of hearts in the small blind. Dan in 5th chip position right now.
I forgot how much money I got here.
Watching Dan work is always it's always entertaining. It's a nice little, it's a quiet privilege that I am happy to have from time to time.
Dan Heimiller, his forehead about as red as those 2 hearts right now, but opts the conservative route, just calls with the King 9 of hearts.
Jordan has been pretty tight for the most part. And he just waits. So hopefully I can take advantage of that.
Jordan doesn't have too much of a hand, and he will just see the flop with his 8-6.
That long for a check? There should be a penalty for that or something.
Jordan Cristos. This is a young guy that quit college to play poker and music. King 9 versus 8-6. And the first 3 cards are an ace, King 10, kings for Dan.
So Dan out in front with the 2 kings, going to check him. Jordan going to try to steal this pot here with a $150,000 bet, but no way Dan's going to believe he's got an ace in his hand because he didn't raise before the flop. So.
And Dan has figured it out. He comes back over the top, making it $400,000. Quick buck for Jordan. Dan says, thank you very much for the $150. I'll put that in my little purse and move on.
Jordan talking to himself right now. Say, what was I thinking? I didn't raise before the flop. Then I'm going to try to represent aces and kings. Don't do that again.
Right back at him, Phil Laak. Resting. Ryan, our chip leader, not going to play. Now Dan Heimiller also folding. It's around to Jordan, who's got an attractive Jack 10 of diamonds.
All in.
He says, I'm going all into you, Alex.
Bold bet right there.
If you don't have a big hand, you can't possibly call. He does not. 26-year-old Jordan Cristos starting to step it up.
Are they taking a shot every time he wins a hand?
He's in 2nd chip position. What a battle will happen.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With 0 tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description, use the code YT11 on deposit, and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
All right. Right now, first place going to take home $613,000 as we have 5 players battling for this championship. But back to the table, Dan with a quick fold.
Over is Jordan. Jordan Cristos, the 26-year-old pro.
Looks down at a pair of queens, the ladies. What a hand to get at this moment. And he makes it $350 to go.
Yeah, he's got the Unabomber sweatshirt on himself here a little bit.
Alex out. And now Phil Laak, with an ace-8. Don't get into trouble here.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he's going to do it.
Holy guacamole.
All in for $3.7 million here.
Call.
Jordan has more chips than he does, makes a snap call.
You have me covered?
And right now, Phil Laak knows he is up against it.
Well, he has plunged ahead. Little did he know that Jordan has the queens.
This has got to be close to right, right? No, it's too aggressive.
I'm surprised at this play by Phil Laak. He could have 3-bet to $700,000 if the guy moves in. Thrown his hand away and still had $3 million left, which is more than 2 guys at the table here. But right now, he is all in for a monster pot up against 2 queens with just an ace-8 offsuit.
Possible error by Phil, but you never know. He's a dog, and the flop comes up 7-6-4. So he's got an inside straight draw now, or the ace, of course. Right now, Jordan out in front with the ladies.
Well, that's Phil's girlfriend over there, Jennifer Tilly, quite a player herself, along with Prahlad Friedman, his buddy, who's a former winner of this tournament, trying to root him in here.
Another queen. 3 queens for Jordan. The Unabomber really needs the miracle.
Well, they must catch a 5 on the river to make it straight. Nothing else will do.
WPT champion Phil Laak in loads of trouble. He is circling the drain at this moment. And the river card is a 3 of clubs.
Well, Vince just overplayed his hand. I'm sure he'll be the first one to tell you. This wasn't meant to be for Phil tonight. Out in 5th place.
Devastation for Phil Laak. He's packing it up.
I should have made it like $1 million or something, yeah?
So Phil Laak out of here in 5th place. Gonna take home $109,000. And his personality. He's always fun to watch. Let's go see what he has to say.
As much as I'm married to the idea of just play well, do your best, whatever, yeah, you get close and you're like, oh, wow, you can start smelling. You can smell the blood, you know? So, yeah, I smelled it a little, but it didn't happen. That's all good, you know? I've got friends, family, and I got a 105 lump in. I did 2 bullets. That's like around 7,500, and I made 105 something. They want to make the walk of shame even tougher. Hey, it's been a while since we talked to you, yeah? I like it. I like it, you know? You got a job as a poker player. Come on in, you know?
Well, he's always smiling.
You gotta love his attitude, Vince. Win, lose, or draw, the guy is always happy-go-lucky.
And right now, Jordan Cristos way out in front with $9 million in chips. Here we go. 4 players remain. Action on Jordan. And Jordan's gonna take a look down at a Queen 9 offsuit. He's got the rush going here right now.
He's also got the chip lead, which means he can bully guys around, and he's going to do it right here, raising it to 300,000.
Right next to him, Alex Masek, the poker pro, has a law degree from San Diego Law School.
Well, right now, Alex is on the short stack, but opts not to play the ace-high here.
Ryan also out, and Dan can't compete, so Jordan Cristos, with just Queen 9, gonna bully his way through that pot.
Now, action's on Alex Masek. He goes out.
Former chip leader Ryan Goindoo with an ace-8.
Well, this hand was the demise of Phil Laak. Let's see what happens to Ryan.
He's going to pop it up to 300,000 to go. Dan Heimiller right behind with a king-queen.
Well, Dan's going to make the call. Wants to see a flop.
And chip leader Jordan says, I'm priced in. I'll slop around.
Sure is. 850,000 in the pot. Cost him 150 to make the call, so he's definitely there.
Here comes the flop. Who will be lucky? No one. 10, 9, 5, all diamonds.
Well, Ryan has a diamond.
And the check by Dan and Jordan. And Ryan not getting aggressive, not going to make the continuation bet. He checks as well. The turn card's a 9, pairs the board.
And again, Dan checks. Jordan doesn't make a stab at this pot. He also checks.
Now you got to think Ryan's going to push here. Protect his hand.
May think he can just check it down and have the best hand, Vince.
And the river card is a jack. That makes it straight for Dan. That's why you can't check those down.
Well, $1 million in the pot. Dan going to bet 300,000 with his straight. Jordan out.
Begging for a call, and Ryan scoots away for the poker player. Dan Heimiller taking down the pot. Former pizza guy. He is doing it here tonight.
And right now, the pizza could be on him. Well, indeed it is. Action going to be Ryan Goindoo.
He quickly folds, and now Dan Heimiller has picked up an ace-9. In a 4-handed poker game, pretty strong. He's getting that raising chips.
And he's on the button.
Yep, he's going to make it 5:25 to go. Into the chip leader, Jordan.
And he puts back on the sunglasses, or I should say the red glasses.
Jordan taking his time to peek, and he looks at a miserable hand, 8-3 of hearts. They call him JC. He's a local as well, only 26 years old.
I mean, look at all the signs we got in the crowd tonight, Vince. We got Cristos Nation out there. I've heard of Red Sox Nation and all these things, but now we got poker player nations.
Well, finally, he's going to fold that mess. And
acted like he hated to let it go, that's for sure.
I think I've been nuts.
Alex now with a nothing hand, gonna
I had you beat.
fold as well.
I don't want to lose you lose any sleep over it.
I was on my way to, but you saved me.
And Heimiller with about 3.5 in chips.
Taking your mojo, bro. I'm sorry. No more trades. Yep. It's over for you.
It only works for one person.
No, it would work for me. It just means like way too much for you.
We're connected. Me and these glasses are connected.
Alex wanted to try on some of those red sunglasses. See if they'll work for him like they're doing for Jordan.
4 players remain. We had 716 entries originally as we go down the stretch here at the Bicycle Casino.
Action on Dan Heimiller. He's out. And Jordan got the Doyle Brunson hand, a former champion of this event, but he opts to fold. So it's the battle of the blinds here. Alex looks down at Jack-9 of hearts.
Actually, I mean, I've looked at the payouts. I know what first place is. I don't know what the rest of the payouts are, and I don't even know what I'm guaranteed right now. I'll keep my eye on first place for now.
So Alex, well, he sees an opportunity here. He is going to push all in, 1.9 million. Just hoping against hope that Ryan doesn't pick up anything, but Ryan has picked up an ace high.
How much?
Well, even with ace deuce, no matter what your opponent has, the best you can probably be is like a $1.50 favorite. Because he's going to have 2 middle cards somewhere, at least. He's got an ace, you're dominated.
But Mike, he is going to call, and he loves it.
Well, Alex can't swallow a BB right now.
Ace, ace, ace. He's got a Jack-9. Ace. We need an ace.
Ryan, Goindoo, high-fiving anyone that'll touch him. Alex is saying, what did I do?
First card I look down at deuce, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to fold. Then I see an ace, I'm like, I have no choice.
Ryan liking his position. He's a favorite going into the flop. Here we go.
Jack 6-4. So right on the flop, Ryan shakes his head as his opponent flops a pair of jacks.
Bingo bango.
Ryan looking for a bongo, meaning an ace.
Well, yep, he needs to get lucky now. Alex in front, but an ace appears!
There it is, an ace right on the turn. Come on, Ryan Goindoo looks like his stack is going to Goindoo right up.
What a catch on the turn.
Well, Alex knows he has to catch a jack or a 9 on the river to stay alive in this tournament.
No, he's stunned. Can he do it? No, it's a 5 of diamonds.
So just like that, the 28-year-old Alex Masek out in 4th place. Vince, when I watched this tournament from a couple tables down to the final table, Alex was the general. He was in command, raised nearly every pot. At this final table, it didn't happen.
I'll see you next one.
Finally moved all in with Jack-9 of hearts and ends up going out in 4th place.
It was a great experience. I feel like I gained a lot of confidence playing in this field, and I definitely felt like it was a great tournament to play in. So hopefully I'll be playing a lot more this season.
Let's go to the felt. The antes are 25,000. Blinds are 1 and 200. Big hand for Jordan Cristos. Ace queen with the button. 26-year-old's got to love this. He's going to pop it up to 525.
Ryan going out.
And Dan Heimiller with just a queen deuce also can't play. So a quick win there for Jordan Cristos, the drummer, the poker player, the guy that quit college to play poker, takes down that pot.
Well, that puts him and Ryan about tied for the lead right now. Well, speaking of Ryan, he looks down at the ace-4 offsuit here. He's going to raise it, make it 425,000 to go.
But Dan right behind him with an ace-8. Pretty solid starting hand in a 3-handed poker game.
Well, he looks over at both his opponents. Sees they both got about 3 times as many chips as he does.
All in.
And he's going for it right here. Moves all in with the ace-8 offsuit.
Wow, great instincts by Dan Heimiller, the 51-year-old. A big reputation around the poker circuit for years.
Well, Jordan goes out.
Can I don't know how much chips I have. Actually, never mind. I'll figure it out. 3, 7.
Just don't want to double up a guy like Dan Heimiller.
Wow.
Oh boy, he's putting the chips out there.
Wow.
What a gamble by Ryan. I don't like this call.
for another $2.7 million. He doesn't like it either, as you can see.
Yeah, you got to see it. I think it's three-handed.
That's okay.
And he could have been dominated like he is. His opponent could have had 2 6s, 2 5s.
He can't believe he made that call. He's kicking himself.
He's going to have to get lucky in an 8 right on the flop. Dan Heimiller clapping his hands together. Very happy with that flop, and why not? To win the pot, his opponent's got to hit 2 runners in a row. 2 4s or a 6 7.
And Ryan is a sickened puppy right now. He is destroyed by this, but he could still possibly have the long shot luck. No, 10 of clubs, pairs the board.
If an ace comes off, they would split this pot.
Ace and chop.
Ryan begging for the long shot.
Cocktails.
Dan, so happy, elated, as we go down to the river. Well, it's a deuce. Dan Heimiller's gonna double up.
Well, he sure has, Vince. And what a crazy ride it's been for him. Looking at the WPT stack tracker, you can see Dan's been playing steady poker after starting this final table in 6th chip position. Dan is now in 2nd place. He has surpassed tonight's starting chip leader, Ryan Goindoo.
But Mike, you have to say our biggest story of the night is the current chip leader, Jordan Cristos, who absolutely exploded into the lead when he eliminated Phil Laak in 5th place.
Let's get back to the table where the action is back on Dan.
And he has got a big one here. Ace-King.
He just doubled up the last hand. Now he looks down at this premium hand. He is feeling good right now.
Jordan, our chip leader, folds his hand. Now Ryan
looks down at a pair of 5s. What do you do now? You just doubled this guy up a second ago. Now he's raised it and you pick up a pair of 5s.
Well, that's the kind of hand you get super aggressive with sometimes.
All in.
Well, there it is.
Call.
Yeah, he's shoved and he's being called quickly.
Well, it's a race situation, the underpair versus the overcards, and a massive race situation.
I'm on tilt.
Whoever wins, it's going to be the chip leader. Wow.
5. Focus, people.
Well, Ryan says, I'm on tilt. And we will see. Here comes the flop. Oh, boy.
Ace and the king right on the flop. Dan Heimiller high-fiving his fan. It's not over. Ryan can catch a 5, 2 runners to make a straight, or 2 runners to make a flush.
What a flop for Heimiller. Out in front with top 2 pair.
Is Kentucky Fried Chicken still open?
This could be Dan's lucky day, but he's got to dodge some things. And it's a heart. So now Ryan has 4 hearts.
One more heart. One more heart. One more of these. A heart.
Oh, boy.
Well, Dan can't believe it. His opponent had 2 outs just 1 second ago. Now he's got multiple outs to win this pot. Any heart but the ace of hearts will win the pot for him, as well as a 5. Everybody on their feet here at the Bicycle Casino. What drama on the World Poker Tour to kick off season 12.
Can our local Ryan get lucky on the river? Here it comes.
4 diamonds. Dan Heimiller clapping. He is playing heads up for this title, and he's the chip leader, Vince. Incredible.
Ryan Goindoo out in 3rd place, and this local is going to take home $233,000.
Well, Vince, Ryan Goindoo held the chip lead for a long time at this final table. And just like that, Goindoo is going home.
Oh, it was very exciting. Cameras, lights, all the crowd, a lot of excitement, a lot of energy. It was fun, for sure. I wish I'd won that race, though, but hey, it happened.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With 0 tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description, use the code YT11 on deposit, and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Thank you, Lynn. And right now, Dan Heimiller, the 51-year-old local out of LA, $13,500,000. Jordan Cristos, the 26-year-old, with about 7-8. Here we go. Call by Jordan, no raise. And Dan wants to see a flop. Here we go, 2 junk hands, ace 7-4. Dan has picked up 7s.
Well, he's going to check them. Dan, very good. had thrown his opponent rope. Jordan is going to bet 300,000. No way Dan's going to put him on an ace because he didn't raise before the flop, so I don't see Dan going anywhere.
Oh, no, he's going to re-raise. He's going to trap his guy.
I don't like Dan Heimiller. He made a comment to me on the final table bubble last night. I took 5 seconds or more every hand to make a decision. I expected more from Dan Heimiller in terms of poker etiquette, being a veteran of the game. He's going to be the first one out.
Wow.
Well, with 7 players last night, they had a little run-in, it sounds like, Vince. And Jordan hadn't forgot it. That's obvious.
No, he was wishing him that he got knocked out, but that's not the be. Right now, Dan's the chip leader. There's a little drama going on here between these two guys.
Well, it sure is. There you see the prize money, what they're playing for. Winner over 613,000, plus that coveted WPT title. Name engraved on the WPT Champions Cup. And look at this. Heimiller's picked up 2 aces. He's got a 2-1 chip lead.
Picks up the aces, the weapons of mass destruction, in a heads-up battle. And look at this. He's just going to call it.
Well, he limps in.
Intelligently, because Jordan only has a 10-3. Here's the flop. It's a 5-4 deuce. So now Jordan has an open-ended straight. Action on Jordan.
Well, he's going to check, and Heimiller reaching for chips, and now thinking,
check.
Wow. He checked 2 aces there. Surprised at that play.
Just doesn't want to lose his man. 9 of spades on the turn. Dan doing anything and everything just to keep his guy around.
It's better to lose your man than lose the pot.
Yeah, but he's still pretty strong with aces and a straight draw potential. And look at this. He's going to get a little money here. Jordan's going to bet 275.
And here comes the raise by Dan.
Yeah, this is the time to step it up.
Dan Heimiller's been playing poker 15 years longer than Jordan has been alive.
What's interesting is Dan used to be a pizza delivery man, and of course, Jordan was a pizza delivery boy.
The first time in the history of the tour that 2 pizza delivery guys are fighting it out
That's
for a
right.
WPT title.
That's
You
right.
gotta love it.
And the pizza guys are playing for big dough.
Sorry, I had to say it. And Jordan's going to make the good lay down. And so Dan Heimiller, everything going right for him right now as he takes down that pot. Things are going his way right now. Dan with 14.3 million. Jordan, the 26-year-old, with 7 million. As we go down the stretch here at the Bicycle Casino, right back at Jordan. And he's a little bitter about the way he perceived Dan to treat him last night. And he wants to get back at his man.
Going to raise it here with a Queen 5 offsuit, but Heimiller has him out-carded again. 3 bets it to 1.1 million, and that's probably going to do it for Jordan here.
He just wants to punish this youngster.
All in.
Oh, but maybe not.
Wow.
Look at this move.
All in bet.
You can't push around this young guy.
How many millions do you have? About, what do you think? Is it? I guess I can take a look at your stacks. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
A little under 7.
And still got a big chip lead if he folds.
And Dan does the right thing. Lays down his hand.
Jordan shows him the bluff.
Jordan with a little salt in the wound, Mike.
Well, look at Dan Heimiller. He's shaking his head, just can't believe it.
Action's on Dan with the button. He's got a 10-8 off suit.
And he's going to raise it to 600,000.
And Jordan's going to have a nice ace-queen of diamonds.
It's going to be very nice because he's going to play this hand. You can bet on that.
I love it. Before the break, we saw Jordan bluffing with a queen high, and he showed Dan.
Well, Dan's a long-time veteran poker player. Things like that are not supposed to bother him at the table.
Jordan has re-raised. He's going to 1.6 million. And Dan will lay it down.
Yep, has to give it up there.
Things are turning in the young man's way, perhaps.
You still got your opponent 3-2 in chips. You're in good shape. No sense in doing anything silly.
All right, but the blinds are going up to 125, 250 now. Right back on Jordan. He's got a jack. Oh, wow, jack ace.
Well, big hand playing heads up. Jordan likes it. And he's going to raise.
Yeah, 575, Dan. With a nothing hand, just a 3-5.
Yeah, Vince, just seems like he's playing pots now because he wants to get his money back from that bluff a minute ago.
He's caught a 3, but the ace also hits for Jordan.
It's top pair for Jordan, bottom pair for Dan. He checks, and Jordan reaching for betting chips.
Yeah, 675. Oh, and Dan doesn't believe him.
Well, a snap call by Dan here with bottom pair.
Going in deep here. To the turn we go.
8 of hearts comes off.
That doesn't change things. Dan's going to check again. And the bet you expect. 1.6 this time with the aces, and Dan.
Look at this, Vince.
He's getting stubborn here.
Well, he sure is. You just wonder if the bluff that Jordan showed him is affecting Dan Heimiller, where he wants to get a bluff in and show his opponent a bluff.
Well, that's a great point. He seems to be tilting off here. Oh boy.
I don't understand this.
Double fisted. He is going to raise with just the 3s.
All in.
You really going to go away with that? He's going to go all in.
Well, he's saying if you can beat this, good luck to you. Dan cannot beat it. He's caught with his hand in the cookie jar, Vince. Jordan read him perfectly on this hand. And Vince, I believe that by showing Dan Heimiller that bluff a moment ago, it has put Heimiller on tilt.
Okay, this time Jordan shows the aces. He was out in front.
During the hand, they should be talking so much. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's too much. It's way too much. I mean, they're just talking. We're trying to play poker.
Dan perturbed.
It's ridiculous.
But the crowd was on his back there.
Well, Vince, he should be angry at himself, not the crowd, that's for sure.
You can't push this young 26-year-old drummer out of the way. He is starting to go into Never Never Land. Spiraling out of control.
Jordan has a little over 15 million. Dan Heimiller with 6.3 million.
But here we go. It continues, and Jordan looking at a big ace-queen. What a hand to get. What a time to get it. Jordan Cristos. He's in good form right now. Going to 625. And Heimiller with an attractive king-queen. He could get stuck with his hand, yeah, but he's just going to wisely call.
Going to see a flop here. A lot of players would have re-raised with this hand out of the big blind. Let's see what happens now.
We are flopping, and 2 aces and a 10.
3 aces for Jordan. Gut shot straight for Dan.
Dan has checked it. What a flop for the kid. And he's going to try to protect it. 650.
Oh boy, don't do it, Dan.
But you know what? It's the right bet. It's just tempting enough. Didn't overbet it.
Dan.
Call.
So Dan is going to stick around. He's making his call. Oh boy.
650,000.
Dan hoping for the miracle. Love to crack this young guy. And the card is a 6 of hearts.
Well, 3 hearts on the board now.
Doesn't help Dan.
Well, Dan looking back to see if he's got a heart in his hand, which he doesn't, but very peculiar. He would look back at his hand there. And now, all of a sudden, he's going to bet into the pre-flop raiser, and the guy that bet on the flop, 1.2 million.
Oh boy, he is a loose cannon right now. He is tripping down the yellow brick road at this moment. Going deeper and deeper into the forest. Oh.
Just picking a weird time to pick his spots to make a move on this guy.
How much?
And there's the raise, 2.7 million. Well, Vince, had he not looked at his cards, his opponent wouldn't have thought he just had 1 heart, might not have raised him there. But Dan Heimiller getting owned in that pot, but just spewing chips unnecessarily, in my opinion, now.
It is roll rate time for poor Dan.
It's got to be ace queen.
Jordan now with 17.6 million. Dan down to 3.8. What a turnaround we're seeing. Blinds are 150 and 300, $50,000 ante.
All in.
Look at this. He's going to go all in with king high. Let's take a look at Jordan's cards. Oh boy.
Call.
He's got an ace-9 of hearts and a quick call by Jordan, of course.
Well, Jordan well out in front here with the ace-9. About a 2-1 favorite to win this pot and take this title right here, right now. The Cristos Nation all excited. They know their man could win it right here. Man, so far in this heads-up battle, they played Dan Heimiller like a snare drum. I can tell you that. But it's not over.
5 cards to come for Dan Heimiller's poker destiny, as well as Jordan's ace-9 up against king 4. And a 9 hits on the flop. That is good for Jordan, out in front with the 9s. His parents and friends celebrate.
Well, Dan's gonna have to catch a king to take the lead. 2 runners to make a straight, or 2 running 4s. Otherwise, he's gonna be our runner-up in this tournament.
The crowd is chanting ace. They want to wrap this up in Hollywood. It could happen. Let's see the turn card. It's a queen. Now he's got straight possibilities.
Dan Heimiller needs a king or a jack, which would give him a king-high straight to win this pot to stay alive.
Otherwise, the former pizza delivery boy, the drummer, the man that quit college to play on the poker circuit, that is Jordan Cristos, will become our champion. Here he comes.
6 of spade on the river. Jordan has taken his title.
Only 26 years old from Palmdale, California. Jordan Cristos is our champion.
And the Cristos Nation comes out of the stands. Everybody happy in the Cristos Nation.
I didn't wait long enough for good cards. I got a little impatient and attempted quite a few bluffs. It didn't work.
Once again, congratulations to our champion, Jordan Cristos. Len, back to you.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
The poker radar has zeroed in on the eastern seaboard, and all eyes are on the Borgata, where millions are on the line and history is in the making. Tonight on the WPT.
All right, thank you, Lynn. Annie's going to be 10,000. Blinds are 50 and 100,000.
Okay, there you see the chip count. Cong Pham out in front. Behind him, Vanessa Selbst, and that's what they're playing for. The winner going to take home over $825,000.
The cards are flying around the table. We are getting started. And first to play is Anthony Zinno.
Anthony, 32-year-old pro out of Cranston, Rhode Island.
He will not play. Vanessa Selbst quickly going out. David Randall not going to play. And now we're on to Jeremy Kottler with the button and a miserable-looking 7-4 of diamonds.
Yeah, looks like he's going to make a button raise here. Makes it $225,000 to go.
Right behind him, though, Cong Pham, the chip leader with ace-3, has made the call. And look at this, Eric Fields with a big hand.
Lots of people have a certain playing style and they just want to go with that and be one player. But that's not really a winning strategy in my opinion. You have to be able to adapt to different players, different stack sizes, and different situations.
All in.
Well, Eric's starting out in 6 chip position, still has over 3 million in chips, moving all in right here with the ace-king.
Certainly does. Jeremy Kottler won't play. Cong Pham saying no mas. So first hand going to Mr. Eric Fields.
Yeah, nice all-in bet by Eric there. Takes down the pot.
All right, just getting started at Borgata in Atlantic City. We're coming back for more on the World Poker Tour. Let's go down to the money pit. David Randall, poker pro out of Columbus, Ohio. First to play, he folds his hand. Jeremy Kottler getting out of his way. Cong Pham now.
Well, he's an aggressive player. Going to raise it up here with a 10-8 of clubs. Makes it 225 to go.
Eric Fields, though, not going to go anywhere. He's making the call with a king-queen. Zinno out, and Vanessa now with a pair of deuces. Looks intrigued.
Well, I can't imagine she's going to fold, Vince. She's probably contemplating possibly raising because she plays so aggressive. But she does just make the call, so here we go. Three-way action here.
Here come the first three cards, and it is a king and an 8.
King 8, 3, 2 hearts. Action on Vanessa.
Cong hitting 8s but checking. Kings for Eric Fields. And he's the guy with the real hand at the moment. 22 years old, out of Greensboro, North Carolina. He will make the bet. 325. Vanessa out.
Well, Cong didn't bet the 2 8s, but he's going to call with them.
Looking to get lucky against Eric Fields. Let's go to the turn. When he does get lucky, and 8 hits. 3 of a kind for Cong.
Well, there's also 3 hearts out there now, though. Well, Cong is going to check. And Eric wisely checks right behind him. And now a queen comes off, but there's 4 hearts out there. Neither player has a heart, of course. But Cong bets $500,000 without the flush, just on the 3 8s. But Eric has made kings and queens here, Vince.
I know.
Might be a tough laydown to make here, but you don't like seeing the 4 hearts.
Call. Always got to make this call.
Well, Eric calls with the kings and queens. Sees he got outdrawn on the turn. Cong Pham going to take down this pot to extend his chip lead.
Wow, King Cong is married with 1 daughter, born and raised in Vietnam, now living in Naples, Florida. He's the chip leader. He's on a good roll right now. There's the Royal Flush Girl Social Bar. And you know who's at the end of the bar is the creator of the World Poker Tour, Steve Lipscomb.
Well, he's been around all week, Vince. Just sort of been on a vacation here, just laying back and taking the congratulations from all the players for starting the World Poker Tour.
All right, on to the next hand. Couple folds, and now Vanessa Selbst with a king 5 of spades. Makes it 200,000 to go.
Makes the men raise.
David Randall will not play. Jeremy Kottler looks down at an attractive ace 9 of hearts.
Yeah, because he's out of position, he just calls here instead of 3 bets.
Jeremy's a consultant, semi-professional poker player out of Cleveland, and here is the flop. He hits his 9s.
Jeremy, an Ohio State Buckeye. He's going to check.
Nothing for Vanessa, and she checks behind him. A 3 of hearts on the turn.
So Jeremy's got top pair, top kicker. Loves his hand after Vanessa checks on the flop, and he's going to bet.
Certainly is. 375 to go. And what will Vanessa do? She's got zip and pip.
Wow.
Nothing there.
Well, this is what makes her so tough, Vince. Look at this. She checks the flop. She raises on the turn. No hand, no draw.
I raise.
Oh, wait. Wait a second. Jeremy says re-raise.
Wow. Well, I can see him calling here. I am shocked that he would re-raise. Just in case she flopped a set of 8s or did have the overpair.
And she is stunned.
He would be in dire straits right now. But as it is, the gig is up for Vanessa here. She has no hand and no draw and has been re-raised by Jeremy.
Wait a second. She's going to call this.
Wow. Well, then she's not calling because she's going to try to make a hand to win the pot. She's going to try to take the pot away from Jeremy. On the river, 7 of spade comes up. Jeremy checks.
Expect a bet here by Vanessa, but she's going to quickly check.
Wow, I am stunned by this check, Vince. Essentially, she's just waving the flag, gives up the pot. I thought she'd make a bold bet at the river after calling that raise on the turn with no hand and no draw, but changed her mind. Jeremy taking down that pot.
I think she was waiting for a club to come out and then make a big one. Didn't happen, so the consultant from Cleveland, Ohio, Jeremy Kottler, taking this one down.
Well, there you see the chip counts of the players. Cong Pham well out in front with over 12 million in chips. He is dabbing it right now.
All right, cards being dealt. First to play, Anthony Zinno. And Anthony, a poker pro, 32 years old, won't play. Vanessa also going out.
And David Randall. He looks down at a junk hand, goes out.
Jeremy Kottler now with the button. Let's take a peek at his cards. It's a Queen King of Hearts. Pretty attractive hand. Will raise to 200,000.
Cong Pham with Ace King just calls here, Vince.
How do you like that? Now Eric Fields, wow, with the real hand pair of jacks.
Oh boy, we're going to see some fireworks here. He's on a short stack with 1.6 million.
All in.
Yep, he's going all in.
Can't blame him for going all in here with 2 jacks.
Certainly is.
Everybody would do the same.
Now Kottler. His King, Queen of Hearts. And he's serious. He's saying, how much is it?
Yeah, it's about another 1.4 million to him.
It's 1.6 total. Is that correct? I call.
Whoa, he's going to make this call. Cong Pham now.
I'm on.
And he goes all in over the top. Now, Eric can't believe it, but now Jeremy Kottler's the guy caught in the pickle here.
Why are you such an animal, man?
It's King Kong.
Damn right he is.
He called the $1.4 million bet, and now has been re-raised all in. Now, Vince, he's in shock how Kong played this hand, but I don't see how you can call all your money with King Queen here.
Lays it down. Cong Pham going to show his Ace King, and we got a big race situation here for Eric Fields' poker life.
So Eric Fields got to feel pretty good about his chances.
Eric Fields, business degree from University of Alabama, would like to get a good flop, and he gets a pretty good one.
Well, 975 so far, so good for Eric. He has got a chance to triple up here.
Deuce.
All right, here we go with the turn. Oh boy.
6 of diamonds comes off.
Interesting.
Kong needs an ace, a king, or any diamond to win the pot.
I'll take an 8. Good job,
An 8 that's not the 8 of diamonds, they would split the pot. Well, right now it's roll tide for Eric Fields,
and 3 up.
but he's got a lot of cards to dodge to stay alive.
This many outs. If you had like 1 out, I'm dead. But this many outs, I can dodge.
The youngest player at the table, staying cocky.
Let's go to the river. Let's see what we got.
Can he stick around and double up? Down to the river we go.
It's an 8. Oh, wow. What tough luck for Eric Fields right there. Vince, he'd have tripled up, had over $5 million in chips if he wins that pot. Been right in the thick of things to take this title, but that is poker. Eric Fields drowning at the river there when the ace pops off at the river to give Kong the victory.
Well, Eric Fields' Fields of Dreams are over right now. He'll take home $168,000. Let's go see what he has to say.
It feels great. You know, my friends and family have been great the whole way, supporting me, and you know, it's been a great ride, and unfortunately it didn't get my way, but hopefully the next time it will.
Down to 5 players, Mike.
Yes, what can you say? King Kong making every move exactly right so far. He is flying through the jungle. Hasn't missed a vine yet, I can tell you that.
King Kong, Cong Pham, the 29-year-old out of Vietnam, says he takes his poker winnings and sends it back to the old country for his family. And he's got a big chance of winning nearly $1 million here tonight.
Cong Pham nearing half the chips in play here.
All right, we've lost 1 now. In this hand, Anthony Zinno out. Vanessa Selbst with a solid mid-pair, pair of 7s, makes it 200,000 to go. David Randall with an uneventful 6-2 won't play. Kottler getting out of their way. Cong Pham will speculate with a Jack-5.
Well, why not, Vince? The guy is running hot, winning every pot. Let's gamble.
Flop comes up Ace-Queen 8.
Well, not a good flop for Kong there, but Vanessa not happy with it either. There's 3 overcards out there. Goes check, check.
Now an ace on the turn, pairs the board. Kong looks like he's giving this up. He's checking again.
Now, Vanessa's starting to feel like her 2 7s are the best hand, but this guy checks twice in a row. So she's gonna bet. Kong goes out. Vanessa Selbst takes down the pot.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
The antes have gone up to 20,000 blinds, a 61-20. Quick fold by Zinno. Vanessa Selbst. What a talented young player she is.
Wow, throws away an ace high. That's unlike Vanessa.
Well, maybe she picked up that the man on her left, David Randall's got a little mid-pair, pair of eights, and he will raise with that 275.
David Randall, they call him big time. 26-year-old pro out of Columbus, Ohio.
Kottler out, and now King Kong with a nothing 10-3, but he's already invested. And look at this. He's going to reinvest, makes it 625 with a junk hand.
Well, Kong really thinks he's running well now. Going to raise with this hand.
Back on David Randall.
On.
Yeah, King Kong's going to get a dose of his own medicine
He
here.
says all in.
An all-in bet there over the top by David Randall. Says you can beat these eights. Good luck to you. I don't believe it. Kong goes out. David Randall takes down the
We got
pot.
players playing with nothing here tonight, bluffing the way to victories. Action going to Vanessa Selbst out of Brooklyn, New York. Quick fold by her. David Randall. Poker Pro will not play this. Jeremy Kottler.
He is on the button. Looks down at a 10-6 offsuit. Going to throw it away. So battle of the blinds here.
To Cong Pham. The chip leader with ace-4 makes it 250 to go. And now Anthony Zinno.
You get king-7 offsuit, and you have position on this guy, but still, you know he can raise with any two cards, so you call him with the king high, and you flop 2 sevens.
Yep, and Kong with the 4s has checked.
It is a habit. You know, if I something like...
Anthony, as you can see, has middle pair with top kicker and is going to bet.
He bets 300,000.
Okay.
Kong, very good nature to the table. Going to make a loose call, a little pair.
He's got bottom pair.
And we're turning.
Check.
And he makes 3 4s on the turn. Vince, we saw him do this a little bit ago when he had 2 8s. His opponent had 2 kings. He had 3 8s on the turn to win that pot.
Oh boy, Kong has dug the hole, put the branches and the twigs over it, wait for the sucker to fall in, and it has just happened as Zinno bets his 7s.
Anthony bet 600,000. And as you can see, he's about to get check raised. And that's exactly the case. And right now, Anthony giving himself a lecture. Why did I bet these 7s? If the guy check raises me, I can't call. I have to throw my hand away, whether he's bluffing or not.
Anthony Zinno went to law school, loves science and law. Says if he does well here, he's going to pay off some of his student loans.
Oh boy, I won't be able to pay them all off in case he makes this call. But he doesn't. He lays the hand down.
Very wise by him. Cong Pham with the 3 of a kind. Going to rake in that pot, extend the chip lead.
Well, Vince, Cong Pham used to be a nail technician. And I can tell you right now, he is putting a manicure on all these players at this table.
All right, on to the next hand. A couple quick folds around to Vanessa. Vanessa, of course, went to law school at Yale. And she is going to raise this with an ace-5. Makes it 250 to go. David Randall gets out of her way. And now Jeremy Kottler with the pair of 9s.
Well, he's in the big blind with 2 9s. Vanessa going to raise on the button with about any 2 cards. Jeremy knows it, so definitely going to 3-bet here, I would guess.
He's got a marketing degree out of John Carroll University in Ohio. Very shrewd poker player, and he is going to re-raise. Sure he is. Bang. 7:25 to go.
Jeremy, what can I say about Jeremy? He was on the short stack. I think he played it very well. He was cautious when he had to be. You know, now he's got a little bit more chips, and I think he'll probably be dangerous if he gets a stack.
Look at this, Vince. Vanessa is going to 4-bet here with the ace rag, and a snap all-in bet by Jeremy, and a snap fold by Vanessa.
Complete disappointment there for Vanessa Selbst. She thought she could manhandle Jeremy. That's not the way it's done here. Jeremy too tough for that.
Action on Anthony Zinno.
Fold.
Yep, a quick fold by Anthony. Vanessa Selbst now. She is betting with nothing here tonight. With just Jack-9, she makes it 250.
Vince, what about this? Anthony and Vanessa, both graduates of law school, playing poker as a profession.
David Randall out. Kottler out. Cong Pham might be more stubborn. He's already in the big blind, and he will make this call with an 8-5 of spades.
Wants to see a flop of that hand.
Amazing the hands Vanessa plays. And the flop comes up 7-6-5.
Nice flop for Cong. He's got a pair and open and straight draw. Vanessa sees the danger in that
Check.
situation.
And a jack on the turn, Mike.
Well, Vanessa's taking the lead now with 2 jacks. But look at Kong's hand. Open in straight draw, flush draw, and a pair. And he is going to bet $425,000.
Vanessa now with the top pair. Possible straight draw 2.
They're just going to call. Does not raise with the 2 jacks. Too many hands could beat her.
Down to the river. Can Cong hit here? Like he's been doing all night? Nope. 10 of clubs.
Now Cong quickly checks on the river.
Vanessa go in for the value bet with the jacks on the end. Of course she does.
Wow, very impressive here by Vanessa.
That's 875.
Flop, good turn, bad river. Flop, pair open-ended, turn, pair open-ended, flush draw.
Cong's explaining his hand, how wonderful his possibilities were.
Well, in the meantime, that means you're throwing it away when you give that dissertation.
He is good-natured. I'll give him that as he folds the hand.
Well, Vanessa picks up a pot. He's happy to get one.
There's Vanessa's newlywed wife, Miranda, in the front row.
Married earlier this year.
That's right.
Vanessa's done nothing but win millions since they got married. Vanessa out.
David Randall also won't play. And now Kottler with an ace-7.
Now he's on the button. Expect him to raise here. Indeed he does. Makes it $250,000 to go.
Quick call by Cong Pham with a pair of 4s. And Anthony Zinno with a king-6.
Well, can't blame him for calling here. He's priced in. 3-way action.
Flop comes up a 9-5 deuce. No real help to anyone.
Let's check to Jeremy. He's going to make the continuation bet here. $425,000.
Cong Pham calling with the 4s.
Anthony goes out. So we're going to the turn. Well, a 3 comes off. Now this gives Cong an open-end straight draw. Both players check. And an ace comes on the river. This gives Jeremy 2 aces, but Cong has a straight, and he checks it.
Wow, what a good check this is.
Well, that you have to bet here if you're Jeremy. When you hit the ace on the river, you're not going to put the guy on a 4 in his hand when he called a bet on the flop of 9-5 deuce.
That's 900,000. Cong Pham now with the straight. And he's getting out the racing chips.
Well, there
2.6 million.
Well, Jeremy, just in stunned disbelief, he said, "You kidding me? Does this guy really have a straight?"
The other man caught bluffing one time. Don't bluff.
Well, Jeremy calls it 2 4s. That's what you put him on this spot. 2 4s or zip and pip.
I think you can lay this hand down. I don't think Cong could be making this move after what he's looking at for Jeremy. I think this is a hand you can lay down for the amount of money. But this is a curiosity call. He's going to call.
Well, he was right. He did have the 2 4s, but as you said, he just wanted to pay to see it, Vince.
Oh, that is really going to sting. Jeremy Kottler. Cong Pham just extending his chip lead, hitting the cards he wants, playing them impeccably. Who is this guy?
Well, Vince, if you remember the movie King Kong.
Yes.
Jerry Kottler right there was like one of those airplanes flying a little bit too close. Whop! King Kong just knocked him right out of the sky.
All right, onto this. All right, Cong Pham with the big hand, picking up ace, queen of spades, just like that. And he makes it 250 to go. Zinno out. Vanessa also not going to play. And now David. He will not play that mess.
Yeah. Jeremy now looks at ace king in the big blind. He's definitely going to play.
800. Yep, makes it 800,000 to go. And this could spell a lot of trouble for Cong Pham.
On.
All in. Call.
He says all in. Insta call there by Jeremy Kottler.
Well, Jeremy has him dominated. If he wins this pot, he'll be in second chip position. If he loses it, he's out in 5th place.
Wow.
A big opportunity here for Jeremy to double up.
Great position here with 5 cards to come. King Kong usually comes out ahead tonight so far. Will he get lucky here with the queen? Not there. It's a 9-8-5 on the flop. The spirit suits.
Very good flop for Jeremy. He'll dodge 2 runners to make a straight or a queen.
The crowd on its feet right now.
Well, there you saw Jeremy's brother Zach, who finished 15th in this tournament. Great showing by him as well. Yeah, the board pairs 9s. Now, if an 8 or a 5 comes off, they would split this pot.
3 of hearts.
Kong needs a queen to win the pot.
King Kong amused at this, keeps his smile. Down to the river we go.
He's got over 20 million in chips prior to this pot, man, so it's easy to smile.
You don't have to be worried.
Jeremy, on the hand, very worried.
Kong hit the queen. It's an
It's
ace.
an ace. Jeremy is going to out-kick him. The big kicker is going to play. Aces up with the king kicker. Going to beat aces up with the queen kicker. Jeremy Kottler has once again vaulted back into second place at the final table.
Oh boy, kicks King Kong where it hurts.
Oh, you're right, Vince. He's like the airplanes when they were shooting King Kong down from the top of the Empire State Building.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
See Cong Pham with over 18 million. The second place guy, Jeremy Kottler, has 5 million in chips.
Yeah, the winner's going to take home 825,000. Big money here in the land of saltwater taffy, the beautiful Atlantic City, and the most beautiful hotel casino on the East Coast, Borgata. Here we go, a quick fold, and now pair of 8s for Jeremy Kottler.
Certainly going to raise it up with this. Makes it 260,000 to go.
Yep. Used to be into commercial real estate. Now playing semi-professional. Gets a couple folds. But it's around to Vanessa Selbst.
Well, she's got Kojak.
She's in the big blind. And she will make this call. Vanessa, of course, one of the finest women players or just poker players around the world. And the flop comes up ace, queen, jack.
Well, Vanessa's got 2 jacks and a straight draw and checks. Jeremy checks right behind her. Now the board pairs queens.
Vanessa in front, but does she know it? No, she's going to check again. Kottler with just a pair of 8s.
And he is now going to bet the 2 8s.
Yeah, 225.
Jeremy bets 225,000.
The guy raises before the flop, and you just have bottom pair with looking at all those picture cards and aces. You're not happy about it. But Vanessa going to make the call here with the jacks.
Down to the river we go. We will get lucky.
I can assure you, Jeremy, not happy about that call. Now a 7 comes off at the river.
Vanessa checks.
Vanessa, they both check.
Check, check. Vanessa turning up the 2 jacks to take down the pot.
Well, Vanessa Selbst went to Yale. Studied to be a lawyer, gave it all up for the dream of being a poker professional. All right, back to this hand. Quick fold by Cong Pham, the chip leader.
She can want to win all she wants at tennis, Vince, but she's not going to beat you.
Zinno out, Vanessa also going out, and now it's on to David Randall. He's got a real hand, pair of jacks. David Randall's a poker pro out of Columbus, Ohio.
Well, it's a battle of the blinds here. And what a hand to have in a small blind, and he is going to raise it up to 300,000.
Yeah. Now Jeremy Kottler right behind him has an ace-9.
Well, Jeremy has just less than 2-to-1 chip advantage over David. What do you do here with ace-9?
All in.
Whoa. Well, there you go. He's gone all in.
I call.
David is going to make the call with the jacks. So
So David Randall out in front. Good chance for him to double up right here.
Jack ball. There's his girlfriend, Christina Lindley. 5 cards to come. Jack's out in front. Here we go.
Battle of the blinds. 2 jacks versus ace-9.
Oh.
Ace right in the door. Comes ace, king, 8.
That's a pretty good flop for you.
Well, you see the disappointment in David's face. He's sort of chuckling about it, but he's sick right now underneath. He needs 2 runners to make a straight, or needs to catch a jack. Otherwise, he's going to be our 5th place finisher.
Oh, man. Bad flop with David Randall. Going to the turn. Jacks have been unlucky all night long so far. Can David Randall pull out a miracle here? Here it is. Almost a 10 of diamonds.
Well, a 10 comes off. This gives him more outs. A queen would now win the pot for him, as he'd make Broadway an ace-high straight.
Jack or a queen. David gets a smile on his face now, realizing there's a potential here.
And he has 6 outs, as we say. He needs a jack or a queen.
Will he get it?
No, board pairs 10s. That's going to do it for David Randall, the 26-year-old called Big Time out of Columbus, Ohio. He was pretty big time to get to this final table, Vince, but wasn't quite meant to be for him tonight.
He walks away. He's going to take home $208,000. Disappointed. He looks for the camera.
Picked up jacks in the small blind. Raised, got jammed on. I call. Not folding jacks to 20 bigs, so I played, I would say, my A game.
Well, with David out, we're down to 4 players. Our current chip leader, Cong Pham, still well out in front.
Yeah, he's got about 17.5. Jeremy Kottler with about 8.9 million. Then there's Vanessa Selbst with 4.7, and Anthony Zinno with 4.3 million in chips. Action going to Anthony Zinno, and he's got the real hand of the night. The pair of kings, the Cowboys. Saddle up.
Yep, the 32-year-old pro out of Cranston, Rhode Island, going to raise it up here to 250.
But Vanessa, she's got a pair of 7s. And she does not get playful because she just calls. Lucky for her.
Well, she's so aggressive, Vince. She would normally 3-bet, you would think, with that hand, but makes a call here.
Jeremy, the real estate guy, out. King Kong not going to play. So we got 2 real hands here. Kings versus 7s.
Yeah. Anthony out in front with the kings, and here comes the flop. Queen 6 deuce.
Anthony with a nice overpair. How does he want to play it? Look at this. He's going to try to trap, disguise his potential.
Wow, Vanessa checks right behind him with 7s.
Yep.
Vince, that's playing above the rim when you check 2 7s on that flop after your opponent checks in front of you.
Well, 5 of clubs on the turn. And now Zinno comes in with a bet. 400,000.
Vanessa going to make the call, but I'm wowed. She hadn't taken a more aggressive tact with 2 7s in this hand. Now a 10 comes off.
Helping neither player. Zinno with a beautiful overpair. 32-year-old out of Rhode Island will put in the value bet of $675.
And Vanessa just suspects that he's got a big duke here, but boy, oh boy, the way this hand was played after a check on the flop, do you really throw 2 7s away?
Zinno went to law school, says he wants to pay off a bunch of student loans if he wins. This is his opportunity of a lifetime.
Oh boy. This case is between 2 lawyers, Vince.
And she is going to make this call. She's not going to like this. No.
And Anthony is Perry Mason here as he takes down this pot against Vanessa.
Well, he played it well. The check on the flop was very good.
And Vanessa's shaking her head, not only because she made the call, but she's shaking her head, you know. How are these guys picking up all these hands? Kings, jacks, ace, kings. Let me have some cards here.
She is some competitor. Anyway, the blinds are going up to 80 and 160 with a $20,000 ante. Zinno with the quick fold. And now Vanessa, she picked up another hand, pair of 9s.
Wow, well, the 7 didn't work out for her. Let's see how the 9s do when she's on the button. Well, she's going to raise it again up to 350. These guys might better be careful because it looks like a steam raise here after she just lost that last pot. But indeed, you can see she's got a hand.
Jeremy Kottler, he won't play that mess. On to
Cong Pham, our chip leader. Cong has got a king 3 of clubs.
Well, he's also got a lot of chips. So he's going to take a look at a flop here, makes the call.
He can afford to speculate. Here we go, 9s versus king 3, and the flop comes up a 6-4 deuce.
Cong has a gut shot straight draw. If I would give him a straight. Vanessa happy to see that flop. She's got the overpair with the 2 9s and bets 350,000.
Yep. Cong looking a little puzzled, trying to figure out exactly where he is, what she has. Cong Pham, married with a daughter. Currently unemployed, he says. Playing by his poker wits. Is going to make this call, hoping to catch. To the turn, a 9 of clubs.
Wow.
3 of a con for Vanessa.
3 9s for Vanessa.
No help for Cong. He checks.
Because there's a possible straight and possible flush draw out there, Vince. You're probably not going to see Vanessa check here. I wouldn't check either once the guy called me on the flop. She is going to bet.
Yeah.
Cong can't stand it anymore. He goes out. Vanessa takes down the pot. Happy to pick one up.
Yeah, well done. Everything went Vanessa's way in that hand. Now he's got ace deuce. He's going to raise. 3:30 to go.
Anthony going out.
Now Vanessa Selbst won't play that. And now Jeremy Kottler with the weapons of mass destruction. The pair of aces. Wow, how do you get them?
Dream hand for Jeremy here.
Over to Jeremy who makes the call.
Look at this, Vince. He is just going to call here. He is not going to re-raise with 2 aces. Now, folks, that shows me you got to have a lot of heart and not afraid to play pots when you don't re-raise with 2 aces before the flop.
And the flop comes up 9-9-5. Cong Pham not hitting there.
Jeremy is checked, and Cong is making the continuation bet of 375,000. I look for some action to take place here soon by Jeremy with the aces, and there it is.
Makes it a smooth 800,000.
Jeremy, he willing to put, the pressure on the player. I saw him 4-betting me like 3 times, and other player too. So he's not afraid to put a chip in.
Especially when you have aces.
Wow, look at this. Cong is re-raising 1.6 million.
King Kong slipped on the banana right there.
Well, Vince, I can tell you, if you're Jeremy Kottler, you are sick right now. You're fearful your opponent has flopped 3 9s. You didn't raise before the flop, and you're saying to yourself, don't tell me I'm going to get broke out of this tournament because I didn't re-raise before the flop, and this guy slopped into 3 9s.
2-7.
Well, that's what you do. You come back over the top. You make a 2-7 to go.
Yeah, I really like this bet by Jeremy, and I like it for this reason. He knows if his opponent re-raises once again, he's probably got 3 9s for sure. He's going to find out right here, right now, rather than just calling and guessing on the next street.
And there's Jeremy's brother, also a terrific poker player, Zach.
Yeah, almost made this final table, finished 15th in this tournament.
Cong Pham got himself in a mess of trouble here. Just got out of line, and now he's got nothing. Yeah. Will he release?
Can't blame him for making this play, Vince, but
can't blame him.
He's better put the brakes on now after the guy has re-raised him yet again.
It's creative, but
yeah.
He finally lays it down, and Jeremy Kottler, the consultant, a semi-professional poker player out of Cleveland, Ohio, will take that down.
Well, Vince, I know this. By slow playing those aces, Jeremy probably picked up 1.6 million more than he would have had by raising pre-flop.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Well, right now, Cong Pham's chip count going down. Jeremy Kottler's going up. With those 2 aces, he has closed the gap considerably on the chip leader.
Back down to the money pit we go. Anthony Zinno with an attractive king, queen of hearts.
Got some well-dressed men at this table tonight, Vince.
Yep.
Perhaps they'll set a new trend instead of guys wearing those baggy pants and sloppy t-shirts.
He has raised it to 375. Vanessa out. And now Kottler also won't play.
Yeah, the Buckeye going out.
On to Cong Pham. He's got a little suited connector.
He's got some money out there. He's got those kind of cards you like to see flops with. He makes the call.
6-5 versus King Queen. And we are a flopping ace-8, 3 of diamonds. No one hits any of that.
No, neither player happy with that flop. Kong is checked. And Anthony looks like he's going to make the continuation bet. Indeed he is.
Like he should, 500,000.
And he gets the job done. So a nice continuation bet by Anthony, taking down that pot.
Back to felt we go as 4 players remain here.
350.
Vanessa with Queen 10 has raised to 350.
Even though she's in 4th chip position, going to stay aggressive. Raises here with the Queen 10. Jeremy Kottler right behind her picks up 2 6s. Jeremy well aware how aggressive Vanessa plays. Be interesting to see what he's going to do here with the 2 6s. Will he just call? Will he 3-bet? He is going to re-raise to 825,000.
It really does. Couple folds behind them. And it's back on Vanessa.
Now, Vanessa's problem is she's sitting in 4 chip position and just doesn't have 500,000 to spare to call this raise with just a Queen 10.
Yep, and she has to muck. So once again, Jeremy Kottler, so impressive. A semi-professional player. He has just taken it to one of the greats, Vanessa Selbst, in a very big way. All right, to the game we go. Quick fold, and now Cong Pham with ace-5 has raised to 330. Zinno out, Vanessa Selbst. Originally out of Brooklyn. She has 8-7, Mike.
She's in the big blind, meaning she got money out there, so see what she's going to do here.
Call.
She's going to make the call and see a flop.
Flop comes up King, Jack, Deuce. No help to either player.
Vanessa checks. And Kong checks right behind her. Doesn't make the continuation bet. Board pairs jacks now. Kong out in front with the ace high. And Vanessa checks. Again, Kong checks. Just doesn't want to fall in a trap here. But he's done it now as the 8 comes on the river. Vanessa now is the best hand with jacks and 8s. Action is on her. And Vince, because of the check on the flop and the turn, Vanessa's got to feel certain her 2 8s are the best hand. And she is going to bet 475,000.
Yeah, but now Cong Pham, well, he wasn't heavily invested. He just felt like these were an action flop and that she was going to trap him. He was wrong with that assumption, but now...
Oh, look at this, Vince. He made a mistake not making the continuation bet on the flop and makes another mistake by paying her off on the river. Cong Pham tripping over himself there, and Vanessa Selbst picking up some much-needed chips.
Nicely done by Vanessa.
Do not count her out, folks. She may have gone down, down, down for a while, but in case she gets on a little roll, they all better duck.
Oh boy, she is as tough as a steak at Denny's, no doubt about it. Can she come back?
Well, she got an assist right there by Kong because he didn't make the continuation bet on the flop after raising pre-flop.
All right, Kong gonna take a breather here. And now Anthony Zinno with ace-7 and the button goes to 350.
Vanessa, another decent hand here as King-Queen in the small blind.
And he's at 20,000 blinds, so 8160 at this point.
Well, Vanessa going to make the call, doesn't 3-bet with the King-Queen.
And now Kottler with an ace-4 in the big blind. Got money invested. He's in second chip position with over 11 million. And look at this.
He is going to 3-bet here to $1 million straight, putting the squeeze play on a bit. Well, Anthony lays his hand down.
And now Vanessa, will she get stubborn with her King-Queen?
Well, this guy's been a thorn in her side all night long. She didn't know if he's making a squeeze play, but she's going to call the million and look at a flop.
And the flop comes up 4 deuce deuce, so Jeremy Kottler gets a piece of that with the 4s.
Well, Vanessa checks. Action on Jeremy.
He made it $1 million before the flop.
He's actually hit the flop here.
Yep.
And he's going to check. I am puzzled by that. It's a 3-bet before the flop, and now a queen comes off, giving Vanessa the best hand. So the check on the flop could spell big trouble for Jeremy.
And now she's not going to bet it. And he's not going to bet it. So
nobody wants to bet.
No, and a 4 hits on the river.
You're going to see some betting now.
This is ridiculous.
Jeremy has made a full house on the river. This could spell doom for Vanessa, Vince. The way this hand was played, Vanessa's got to think 2 queens with a king kicker is the best hand.
Oh, she's just going to put in wasted chips right here. 850. Jeremy knows he has her. Now, what's the right increment? The amount that she will call with.
All in.
Oh, boy, he's going to put it all in.
Well, you see the grimace by Vanessa. Just can't figure out what is going on here. Everybody making big hands against her. The question is, can she get away from queens the way this hand was played?
You flop quads or something? You probably just call it deuces.
Well, she is puzzled by the way the betting when he 3-bet before the flop and then checked the flop and the turn and now moves in on the river when the unsuspecting 4 comes off.
It's just tough when you have 2 pair out there. Your poker life on the line.
It's a puzzling play. If you're sitting in Vanessa's seat, I'm telling you, you're bewildered by the way this action went. But she makes a great lay down. She does get away from it. Jeremy takes down the pot, and Vanessa puzzled by the play.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Right now we have a new chip leader with 4 players remaining, and that is Jeremy Kottler.
Well, the graph shows that Jeremy and Cong Pham pretty much tied in chips at the top, but poor Vanessa Selbst still at the bottom with just 2.5 million.
All right, to the action we go. Quick fold by Kottler, and now Cong Pham with just a 5-3 has made it 350 to go.
900.
Ooh, Zinno over the top with ace-9 of spades. He's making it 900, and a quick fold by both Selbst and Cong Pham.
So nice raise there by Anthony to take down that pot.
Yep, he's from Cranston, Rhode Island, 32 years old. Started playing at age 13 for pennies and nickels with his friends.
Very bright guy too, Vince.
Yeah.
His undergraduate degree was in chemical engineering. He went on to get a law degree, passed the Massachusetts bar, now plays poker for a living.
That's right. In the background, we see the Champions Cup. All the champs have their name inscribed on that. Let's go back to the feld. Vanessa Selbst with a quick fold. Kottler now with an ace-9 of spades.
Well, you're certainly going to raise on the button with this hand. Jeremy does just that, makes it 325 to go.
King Kong taking a walk. So the only one to beat is Zinno, and Zino's got the King 10.
Well, he is going to make the call. Knows he could well have the best hand, or if he doesn't, let's just take a look at a flop. And a nice flop it is for Anthony. He's flopped top pair, 2 10s with a king kicker. He's going to check, though.
Anthony's another good player. He's a little trickier. It's ironic because I actually knocked him out day 1A. And, you know, here we are at the final table after his re-entry.
Kottler's going to make the continuation bet with nothing, 425.
Well, Anthony's going nowhere with this hand after this flop. Just a matter if he's going to call or raise. Most guys would check raise here. Anthony just calls.
Yeah, he's walking that dog.
So we got the battle of the suits.
It gets better for Anthony as a 4 diamonds comes up. He's got 4 diamonds. Checking again.
And Vince, this is a good check into an aggressive player who may fire yet again.
Will Kottler fall into the trap?
Jeremy is still fighting for this pot. He is going to bet again.
Can't help himself.
775,000.
Yep.
Now if you're sitting in Anthony's seat, you're saying, does he really have me beat here? If he can beat the 10s, at least I got a flush draw.
Then he's going to go all in with it. And a quick full by Jeremy Kottler.
Well, there's a case of your opponent's got the 10s beat. Now you're going to go for the king-eye flush. If you have to, if your opponent calls, but he doesn't. Anthony taking down that pot. Another well-played hand by Anthony Zinno.
Yeah, very smart mathematical guy. Very analytical. Uses math to make all his decisions, he says, at the poker table. He's showing some strength tonight.
You're right, Vince. Anthony thinks poker is 60% logic and the rest is psychological factors.
All right, on to the next hand we go. A couple folds, and now Anthony Zinno again, this time with just a 10-8. He's starting to slop around.
Well, he's going to limp in the small blind here.
Vanessa with the option to raise, but with Jack 3, content to see the flop.
Well, flop comes king, 4, 3, 2 clubs. Vanessa out in front with the 2 3s. Action on Anthony. Look at this, Vince. He is going to lead out and bet 200,000.
Whoa!
And Vanessa lays down the pair. And without hesitation, she just hadn't seen this guy make any moves yet. Gives him credit for a hand that can beat the 3s. Nice bet by Anthony.
Action's on Cong Pham. And he will fold his hand, Anthony Zinno. Nothing going there.
So it's the battle of the blinds. Vanessa looks down at 7-8 of diamonds.
Track of how many I have.
She's a short stack.
She's got 2.7 million in chips and moves all in with an 8 high. Jeremy looks at a 10-3, has got to give it up. So the bold all-in bet by Vanessa paying off as she takes down the pot. No defense against the all-in bet. You got to have a hand to play. Jeremy didn't.
Yeah, she really needed that hand. Well done, Vanessa. Let's go to the felt. Action on Anthony Zinno. Very tricky player, this guy out of Rhode Island.
Well, he's a solid player, but we've seen him make a move or two.
Yeah. Well, he is folding now. Vanessa with ace-jack. With the button. You would figure she's going to raise, but no, she just calls.
Well, this automatically puts the caution lights on because she raises every time on the button. Yep. And when she doesn't, you raise your eyebrows and say, what's going on?
Kottler out, Cong not going to raise, so here we go. Flop comes up 9-7 deuce. 7's there for Cong Pham.
And he checks the 2 7s. And Vanessa checks right behind him.
King of diamonds.
King of diamonds.
No help to either player there. Cong going to check his 7s again.
Vanessa not wanting to get raised out of this pot.
Yeah, she
checks also. Now an ace comes. So Vanessa now has the best hand with 2 aces.
Long check.
She is surely going to bet this time after Cong checks.
She's getting the chips out, and she makes a very min bet of 160,000.
Well, there's no way Cong is going to put her on an ace or a king because she didn't raise before the flop.
Yep.
He's going to pay her off with 2 7s. That's a curiosity call. He now sees she was so playing a bigger hand. Vanessa taking down the pot.
Thought she was going to raise the first time I went.
Vanessa Selbst on the short stack here tonight, but battling back at Borgata. We're coming back for more on the World Poker Tour. One-handed poker at the Borgata in Atlantic City.
Cong Pham out in front with 12 million. Jeremy Kottler right behind him with 11.6 million. And with 3.3 million, Vanessa Selbst still on the short stack.
And he's at 20,000. Blinds 80 and 160. Action on Vanessa Selbst.
Jeremy has a flash card, so they replaced that one.
Vanessa born in Brooklyn, New York.
Well, she just moved in with the 8-7 suited a minute ago. She's picked it up again. This time she bets 350.
Yep. Kottler, King Kong out.
This time she had more chips and she's got more players behind her.
So, strong short stack poker by Vanessa Selbst, getting her back into action.
Well, she found the hand that she can win with, Vince, the 8-7. I mean, she just have to feel, as the field gets shorter, even though Vanessa doesn't have that many chips, that her experience in short-handed games, she has far more titles than anybody. She's been in big-time events at final tables far more than all these guys. You just think that's going to give her an edge, but still, you can have all the experience and all the final tables in the world, but you don't have chips or you don't get cards. Doesn't matter.
Or to get outplayed, what just happened tonight? Action on Jeremy Kottler. Former commercial real estate man, semi-pro, folds his hand. And now Cong Pham will raise with just a queen deuce. Makes it 350 to go. Behind him, Anthony Zinno, though, with a big ace-jack. Re-raises.
Well, nice 3-bet here by Anthony Zinno.
Vanessa out and Cong can't take the heat.
So there you go. This guy just quietly staying around, doing very well.
I just wonder, where did the cowboy hats go? Poker players used to have big cowboy hats on. Now they're wearing suits and are very smart. Used to be dropouts in the 5th grade. So we've come a long way.
Law degrees in suits, that's what it's come to.
All right, a quick fold by him, and now Vanessa Selbst.
Now, speaking of law, she graduated from Yale Law School back in 2012.
Got ace queen of diamonds, makes it 350 to go. Kottler out.
She's finally picked up a big hand here. Raises on the button, and as you can see, Cong Pham with the 9-6 of hearts. Gonna look her up.
Yep. Very creative play this Cong Pham is, as is Vanessa Selbst. Now look at this flop. Jack 10-9.
Beautiful flop for Cong. He's flopped a pair and a flush draw.
Vanessa, straight draw. Oh boy. After Cong's check, she's betting 350.
You can't blame her.
Cong sees his hand. Huge potential with a pair already. King Kong beats on his chest and says all in. Gonna put the pressure on Vanessa.
Yes, he is. She's got a tough decision now, Vince. She's got about 2.7 million left after that raise. She's got a straight draw. She's got overcards. But she knows most likely she's going to have to outdraw her opponent to win this pot, unless he has specifically a small flush draw.
I don't think I can fold this. All right, I call.
Yeah, she's going to make this call.
Wow, a bold call by Vanessa, and she needs a lot of help. You see her wincing. She sees her opponent has the best hand and the best draw. She's going to have to get lucky to stay alive, or she'll be out in 4th place.
Yeah, she is a dog. King Kong out in front right now with 2 cards to come to knock out the great Vanessa. What will happen?
Well, she's on her feet like everybody else is here. Here comes the turn. Oh, Jack of diamonds.
Yeah, she has a 4 flush now.
Well, that's a nice card for Vanessa.
You see that?
Gives her more outs.
It's too many outs.
What a turn, huh?
It's too many outs. I'm out of here.
She's packing up her bag.
She can win with an ace, a king, a queen, a 10, an 8, or any diamond. So certainly Vanessa with a lot of outs to win. It's a 10. Vanessa has done it. She has made a bigger 2-pair. She stays alive, goes over, high fives. Her wife, Miranda, her friends. She is back in advance just that quick.
Wow! What a hit on the river for Vanessa.
Best turn, maybe.
Back in action.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Now the ante's at 30,000, lines are 100 and 200. Let's go to the felt. Action on Anthony Zinno, the 32-year-old. Out of Rhode Island. Quick fold by him. And now Vanessa Selbst with a pair of jacks.
This is the biggest hand Vanessa's picked up at this final table. She is thrilled to see the jacks, and she is going to raise it to 400,000.
Doubles the size of the big blind. Now right behind him, Jeremy Kottler with king queen. He's going to make this call. And Cong Pham, former chip leader, originally out of Vietnam, is going to splash around with a 6-4.
Well, going to cost him 200,000 more, but there's 1.1 million in the pot, so he's taking a flop, three-way action, and the flop comes 9-5, deuce, 2 hearts. Vanessa still well out front.
Very safe for Vanessa. Jeremy going to check. Cong with an inside straight draw, checking as well.
Now, Vanessa will not be checking here. Let's see how much she's going to bet.
Oh, you got to think this is an auto catin. And it is. Pushing in 650,000.
Well, there was 1.3 million in the pot, so she's bet about half the size of the pot.
Jeremy Kottler used to be in a commercial real estate broker.
Wow, Vince, he is making the call here with just a king-queen.
Well, he's the chip leader who can afford to speculate, and that's what he's doing.
Well, now there's 2.6 million in the pot. So it's going to cost Cong 650,000 to call. So he calls, and we still have three-way action.
Ace of hearts on the turn.
Wow. Well, as you can see, Jeremy now has the nut flush draw because he has the king of hearts. He checks. Cong also checks, and Vanessa does not like to see that card. A flush card, a straight card, and the dreaded ace.
Yeah, she's going to check, even though she has a jack of heart, and the river card is a 5, pairs the board.
One of these two guys with nothing, take a stab at it. Jeremy checks, Cong checks, Vanessa checks.
And jacks.
She's going to win this pot with jacks up and going to be happy to do it. And by winning this pot, Vanessa Selbst, now the chip leader at the final table.
Yes, Vanessa in shock that her hand holds up. Very nicely done. And there's Vanessa Selbst's wife, Miranda, in the audience.
Yeah, they were recently married earlier this year.
You don't know.
Back to the four-handed poker game, though. Quick fold by Vanessa Selbst. Jeremy Kottler picks up a pretty strong ace-jack offsuit.
Pretty big hand in the four-handed poker game, especially when one player goes on out.
Makes it 400,000 to go. And Cong Pham will peek down at a bigger ace-king.
That's an earlier. He was in the small blind with ace-king. He just called the raise, did not re-raise it, end up winning a monster pot. That's not going to be the case here. He is going to 3-bet it here with the ace-king to $1 million.
Zinno going out. Back on Kottler. And he just call? You would think. But wait a second. Looks like he's going to get fancy. He's going back over the top. What a mistake.
All in.
And all in by King Cong.
Jeremy had been playing so well at this final table, but might have pressed it a bit too much here, Vince. With the 4-bet of the ace-jack. Now Cong has gone all in. Now what do you do?
Absolutely did overplay this.
He's put so many chips in there, does he fold? But still, it's 4.6 million more to him. That's a lot of bacon.
Well, he's put in about 2 million. Doesn't have to make this call. At some point, you got to just say, slow down.
I call.
And he's going to call this. Oh, he's going to hate himself.
Well, a massive pot. You see the frustration of Jeremy.
Mistake of the night for Jeremy Kottler. He is in big trouble.
It's unlucky, man.
Well, Cong can go from last to first just like that if the ace-king holds up here.
What a position for Cong Pham as we go to the first 3.
He's a big chip leader at this final table for a long time. He can regain it here if his hand holds up. So far, so good. Flop coming 7-5-3. 2 diamonds.
4 diamonds. 4 diamonds.
As you can see, Jeremy does have the ace of diamonds, but would have to hit runner to win this pot. Needs to catch a jack to take the lead. It would split if 2 straight cards came up. But right now, Cong in great shape to double up and become our chip leader.
All right, 4th straight.
Well, deuce comes off, which means if a 4 comes up, they would split this pot. Jeremy needs a jack to win the pot and eliminate Cong from this tournament. Any other card will be a double up for Cong.
Jack would be incredible, and it's not the day.
6. So there you go. The ace-king holds, Cong doubles up, and he is once again the chip leader at the final table. Vanessa Selbst now in second place. Anthony Zinno in third, and just like that, Jeremy Kottler, who held the chip lead, is now in fourth place.
All right, Cong Pham, quick fold.
Well, Anthony out as well.
All in.
Vanessa Selbst with ace-6 says all in. And Jeremy has a pair of 5s.
Call.
And he's going to call with that.
Well, Vanessa says all in, but really, she's only got to put in the 2.9 million that Jeremy has in chips. So it's a race situation, an ace-6 versus 2 5s. Jeremy must win with the 2 5s, otherwise he'll be out in fourth place.
That is right. Oldest player at the final table, 33 years old, Ohio State graduate in a race situation.
Ace-6 versus the 2 5s. Here's the flop. An ace right on the flop. Here comes ace-8-4. Vanessa takes the lead with 2 aces.
Some runners.
Jeremy's going to have to catch 2 runners to make a straight or a 5 to win this pot.
Simple game sometimes.
He could make it straight 2 different ways, but he'd have to hit 2 runners in a row to do it.
Yep, Jeremy Kottler looking bad right now. Here we go with a turn, another ace.
An ace comes off. So we are down to the river. Jeremy must catch a 5 to make a full house to win this pot. Otherwise, he's going to be our fourth place finisher.
It would be a 2-outer. Let's go to the river. Can a 5 appear?
Well, a 7 comes off, so that is going to do it for Jeremy Kottler. The Buckeye bounced out in fourth place. Played very good poker most of the time at this final table. You thought he overplayed the ace-jack when he committed so many chips, where Cong doubled up. But still a nice event for Jeremy. Well done. He finishes in fourth place tonight.
Yeah, I've been battling with him the entire tournament, and button versus blind, you know, he gets very aggressive, and, you know, I thought ace-jack could easily be ahead there at that point, and, you know, unfortunately this time I was wrong. It's the way it goes sometimes.
Well, let's see if she can do it.
And he's at 40,000 blinds, 120 and 240. Action on Anthony Zinno. He's got a real hand, a pair of jacks. He's 32 years old, started playing poker at age 13 for pennies, and now he's playing for hundreds of thousands of dollars. He's raised. Makes it a $500,000.
Well, Vanessa looks down at the ace-9 offsuit. Now she knows this guy could be making a button raise, so she could well 3-bet here. Especially as chip leader, and she's doing it. 1,250,000 is the bet. Cong gets out of the way.
Certainly does. Back on the guy with the actual real hand.
Yeah, he'll be going nowhere. Except probably upstairs, and there you go. Anthony 4-betting it here to $2.5 million.
Anthony has re-raised for 2.5.
And Vince, to me, that should be the clue for Vanessa to hit the road. This guy's not going to 4-bet without a hand in this situation against the chip leader.
All in.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Vanessa has gone
She
all
has
in.
gone all in.
Uh-oh.
No way he's going to throw jacks away.
No.
I don't think.
It's possible.
I mean, only 3 hands can beat him, aces, kings, and queens.
Didn't even think about it.
Wow. I can't believe he's thinking about this. Especially against an ever-aggressive Vanessa Selbst. Well, he knows his tournament life is on the line. If he loses, he's out, but he's got $2.5 million invested.
What a big moment for Anthony Zinno right now.
Call.
Well, he does call.
He makes a good call.
Well, she winces. And Vince, you just have to assume your opponent is going to call you when he 4-bets in that spot for 30% of his stack. When he's on a short stack at the table, he's just not going to give it up by your 5-bet, but doesn't mean she can't win it.
Well, he proves he's not a mop. He's not going to be pushed around.
Can I get lucky one more time?
And that was a tremendous amount of heat that Vanessa put on him.
Well, Anthony Zinno, a great shot to double up and take a big chip lead in this 3-handed battle. He's out in front with the jacks. Let's see if they'll hold.
Oh, very solid 7-4 deuce. Very good for Anthony Zinno. His jack's still in front.
7.
And there is Anthony's girlfriend, Jackie, sweating out her man on the rail.
7.
10 almost.
Vanessa looks sickened by this entire hand. King of hearts on the turn, not going to help Vanessa.
Vince, she fought so hard to get the chip lead, and now it just seems like she overplayed this hand to give him back.
Should I get up? Should I not look? Should I look? What should I do?
Zinno can feel the result. One card more to sweat. He can double up and become the chip leader. And it's going to happen as a king of spades hits on the river. Anthony Zinno doubling up. Solid play by him with the jacks, to the complete discomfort of Vanessa Selbst.
Well, with that win, Anthony Zinno takes the chip lead for the first time at this final table.
Man went to law school, has given it up now to play poker, lives in Rhode Island, and now he has an opportunity to become a champion at Borgata, where the first place prize is $825,000.
Well, there you see, he's well out in front, and once again, Vanessa on the short stack with 3 left. All 3 of these players have been chip leader. All 3 have been in last place.
All right. Cong Pham now playing the Doyle Brunson hand 10 deuce. He has raised to 500, but Anthony Zinno with a very attractive ace 10 of clubs right behind him.
And he's got chips now. He can easily make these kind of 3 bets. He's doing it. 1.3 million.
And Vanessa, I'm on tilt. Selbst looks down at just a jack 7 of clubs. Oh, she has got to be just wincing. Saying, why did I overplay that?
She better not get crazy here. She could really be wincing. Right out the door.
This hand, she should have taken a walk and mucked it, but she is taking her time here, like she's thinking about
the pot's been raised and re-raised to her.
All in. Whoa, whoa, she's going all in again.
Wow, she is 4-bet all in with a jack 7.
Quick full by Cong, and now Zinno.
No snap call is a good thing. It's always good to not get snapped.
Vanessa talking very confidently, Vince. Look at that. I know. With this weak holding, she knows she's behind, but she's chatting like she's well in front.
Oh, she's smiling and chatting and cocky. Usually that means you have nothing, and that's what she has, nothing.
Well, Anthony's saying to himself, you've got to be kidding me. I just fought for the chip lead. I have it. Now, do I want to give away another 4.8 million?
I'll show if you fold.
Okay.
And look at this. She's going to make him.
Yeah, fold.
He has folded the hand. She out-talked him at the table. Brilliantly done by Vanessa. Oh!
Well, Cong can't believe it that the guy didn't call her. He said she's on tilt. What's the matter with you? Call her.
Oh, boy. Brilliant play by Vanessa Selbst.
Wow. I didn't expect that to actually work so fast.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Always a great time right here in Atlantic City. And right now, the chip leader Anthony Zinno, 17 million, Mike.
Well, speaking of entertainment, Vince, we're getting plenty of it here at this final table tonight. The ebb and flow of this final table has really gone back and forth, a seesaw battle.
All right, Andy's 40,000 blinds, 120, 240. Cong Pham has raised with just a king 4. Anthony Zinno behind him with ace 9 of diamonds is just going to call. Now we're on to Vanessa, who has an ace jack.
Vince, I'll be surprised if she doesn't 3-bet here. Cong can raise with any 2 cards. Anthony didn't raise. Got to think ace jack's probably the best hand here, the way that's been played. And indeed, she is going to 3-bet it here, up to 1.8 million.
Cong gets out of their way, and now it's back on Zinno. Now, what's interesting is Zinno dropped an ace 10 of clubs when she re-raised heavily before, and that might be playing in his mind right now. Whoa.
And he is going all in with the ace 9.
That's what happens. He has fallen into a trap, potentially.
Well, Vince, she just can't believe he wouldn't have raised with ace king or ace queen. She's made the call. She has him dominated. And Vince, if she wins this pot, she can once again assume the chip lead in this 3-handed battle.
Just incredible. Domination on the flop.
9 ball.
Let's see, ace-jack versus ace-9 of diamonds.
Vince, I think you hit the nail on the head. He moved in there because she made a play on him earlier and showed it to him.
Yep. Here comes the flop.
Ooh, that's a good flop.
Deuce, 8. There's 2 diamonds for Zinno, though.
Wow. Nut flush draw for Anthony.
I'm like 40.
Vanessa must win this pot to stay alive in this tournament. If she does, once again, she'll be the chip leader. But right now, she is holding her breath to try to dodge diamonds or a 9.
Going to the turn.
The board paired with 8s, it'd be a split pot.
It's not a diamond, it's an ace. They both have aces, of course. But Vanessa out in front with the kicker.
Queen, king,
Well, if a king or a queen comes up, they'd split the pot, or an ace or a deuce. If a diamond comes up, Anthony will win the pot. He's got a lot of outs here. Can Vanessa hold him off?
Destiny poker card coming up. It's a 10 of clubs.
So there you go. Vanessa Selbst is going to double up and again take the chip lead. Wow.
And there's Miranda. So relieved. Miranda, of course, the wife now of Vanessa. It's a special pair.
I was recently married to my beautiful wife, Miranda. It was a spectacular wedding. We had a lot of poker friends there, a lot of other friends. It was, honestly, I can say, the best day of my life. Right after I got engaged, I won the PTA High Roller for $1.4 million. So, of course, I naturally had to joke about the fact that my wedding would obviously bring luck as well. And here we are, and I'm hoping it comes true. That would be a spectacular wedding gift.
She's got a great chance to make it come true because she once again has the chip lead, as you can see, with over 18 million.
And she's got her luck charm. Miranda right there in the front row. It is a great story. All right, back to this one. Zinno now first to act, and he's got a whopper. He's got ace-king.
Oh boy, does he ever.
And they get 500,000 to go. Vanessa finally gets out of a pot. And Cong with an ace-queen.
This could spell doom for him, Vince.
Yep.
Big hand in a 3-handed poker game. He is going to 3-bet it with the ace-queen, but
oh, wow.
I think we're going to see more chips go in the pot very soon by Anthony.
Zinno with a dominant ace-king. Yeah, there goes a repop. Cong goes all in, and an instant call, of course, by Zinno.
Well, Anthony Zinno has him dominated. Ace-king versus ace-queen.
Cong Pham in big trouble.
All the money's in the pot. Everybody on their feet here at Borgata. Let's see what happens.
It's a good timing. A couple dollars on the line.
Well, even though Cong is dominated, look at him, Vince. The guy's attitude is just terrific.
And the hand of the night, the pot of the night.
Vanessa Selbst very happy right now, however his hand comes out. Just happy to see him clash. Just doesn't want to see a split pot here.
Yes.
A king right on the flop. Comes king, 6-5, 2 hearts.
Wow.
I mean, as you can see.
Anthony Zinno out in front. Of course, King Cong has a queen of hearts.
Well, he's got to catch 2 runners to win this pot, Vince. 2 runners to make a straight, 2 to make a flush, or 2 running queens. King Cong is about to fall off the Empire State Building. There it is. The 4 comes off. Well, Vince, Cong Pham had a great tournament. Came to the final table as chip leader, got off to a great start. Just wasn't quite meant to be for him. Finishes in 3rd place. Still a very good week for Cong.
Oh, man. Cong Pham going to take home $301,000. The man from Vietnam has to say goodnight in 3rd place. But what a big effort. What a poker mind. Let's see what he has to say.
Queen is a big hand, 3-handed, and so I just go for it, and it didn't work out, and he got ace-king, so it's no regret.
Vanessa Selbst looks down at the jack 3 of diamonds. She just calls. Anthony Zinno from Rhode Island looks down at a queen 6 of hearts.
This is a very mathematical player. That's why I think she's the favorite heads up. He thinks he knows every odds in every situation playing heads up, what you're mathematically supposed to do, but I'm not sure math is always going to work against Vanessa Selbst because she's just too creative.
He's raised it to 900,000.
Vanessa going to call to see a flop. Flop ace-7-4 with 2 diamonds. Vanessa has the flush draw. Anthony's still out in front with the queen high, but he's going to make a continuation bet here. As you can see,
a nothing hand.
Well, 1.3 million. Now the question is, with the flush draw, will Vanessa just call, or was she raising? She's just going to call.
Hoping to turn a diamond.
Now a deuce comes off, so this gives Vanessa a straight draw to go along with her flush draw, but the question is, will Anthony continue to apply pressure?
2.6.
Whoa.
Well, there's your answer. 2.6 million with no hand and no draw, but incredibly, it's the best hand right now.
Vanessa with a big opportunity, a 4 flush and a straight draw.
Well, it's another 2.6 million to her. What she's thinking is, this guy's got aces. If I hit a 5 to make a straight or a diamond, I can bust him and in this thing right now. She's going to gamble here on the flush draw and the straight draw.
Can she do it? She gets a jack.
Well, she gets a jack to make 2 jacks, but no way she thinks that's the best hand. The question is, will Anthony fire again?
Oh, he's going to give it up. He's checking.
Well, he's checking and she's checking because she made 2 jacks. And she's going to win the pot with the jacks. And she's as surprised as he is.
Jack 3 of diamonds. Sick.
Well, as you can see, Vanessa Selbst with about a 2-1 chip lead over Anthony Zinno right now. So she is in great shape to take down her first WPT title. Let's see if she can do it.
Lines are going up to 200 and 400.
Yep, 800.
Anthony Zinno is going to make it 800 to go with a jack 10 of hearts. Vanessa's going to call with a king 8 of hearts.
Well, Vanessa out in front right now with the king 8, but let's see what happens. Well, it's queen 3 deuce. No help to either player. Vanessa checks, and Anthony checks. Very surprised he wouldn't make a continuation bet on that board, and an 8 comes off. Vanessa now with the lead with 2 8s.
Yep, he's going to get punished because he didn't bet.
Well, Anthony, you see, has the gut shot straight draw.
Boom. Vanessa puts in a bet of $1 million. And Anthony wants no part of it. He's going to fold it.
Well, Vance, I don't know why you wouldn't bet a dry board like a queen 3 deuce. When you raise pre-flop, you have to make a continuation bet, I believe, on that board, in which case he probably would have won the pot rather than lost it.
So far, Vanessa swinging out in front still. And on this hand, she's got an ace 8 of clubs and will raise to 800,000. Oh, but look at this. Anthony Zinno is going to outkick her. He's got ace 10. And he's going to re-raise.
You can't blame him for 3-betting here with this hand to 2.1 million. Now, what will Vanessa do? We've seen her be very bold with these ace highs.
I'm all in.
Whoa.
Well, she is going to move all in on him. Now, this guy threw an ace 10 away against her once when she went all in on him. She showed him a jack 7 that hand.
And now she would be highly dominated if he should make this solid call.
I bet you almost have to gamble with this hand, I think.
Call.
Oh, yeah, he's going to do it.
Yeah,
he is going to do it.
Call. And he has her dominated. Ace 10 versus ace 8. This time he did lay the ace 10 down.
Good hand.
And he's got a chance to become big chip leader playing heads up if his hand holds up. Let's see if it does.
Well, this could turn right around. Vanessa just kicking herself.
Can't do anything. Cooler.
Anthony Zinno with a good move right here and another big chance to take the chip lead. Here we go with the flop. It's an ace 7-3.
Well, Vince noticed even then she moved all in and just called. The money would have been going in on the flop anyway. Both of them with aces. Anthony's got her out kicked.
Yep.
All right, we're going to
Vanessa, all she has to do is hit an 8 right now. It's a club, which is also good for Vanessa.
It sure is. She's got a flush draw now. She can now win the pot with any club in addition to an 8.
This would be over if she should get that lucky. It would be her first WPT title. It could happen on this very card. We're seconds away. Here it's a 10. 10's going to help Anthony.
Anthony doubles up to take the chip lead in the heads-up battle. Vince, here we go. Back and forth, round and round at this final table, up and down. What drama we're seeing tonight at Borgata.
Anthony Zinno now the chip leader in the heads-up action, a major upset in the making.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Just over a 2-1 chip lead. He's happy about it. Here he looks down at 10-7 of spade.
Eight.
He's going to raise it to 800,000. And Vanessa, who many times makes big, bold bets with ace baby cards here, opts to just call with the ace-3. And the flop comes 9-8 deuce. No help to Vanessa, and as you can see, Anthony with the open-end straight draw.
And he is going to bet 400,000.
Well, that is a baby bet into a pot that's got 1.7 million in it. He bet 800,000 before the flop got called, and now bets 400,000 on the flop. Very strange. King comes off.
Vanessa checks again.
Anthony reaching for big chips this time. 1.8 million he's betting. Vanessa folds. So Anthony doing well there. Small bet on the flop. Big bet on the turn. He takes it down. Well done by Anthony there.
Yes, it was. He's a scientist. He says he puts all those equations in, and he plays solid poker. Right back at him on Vanessa. She's got 7-3 of diamonds.
Well, she's going to raise it to 800,000. Anthony has the king 7 in the big blind. And he's going to call her.
King 7 versus 7-3. And we are flopping. And a king hits on the flop. King 6-5.
Well, Anthony has top pair. Vanessa has the gut shot straight draw. And Anthony leads right out and bets 425,000. Now Vanessa trying to say, wait a minute. I raised before the flop. You should be check raising me if you get that big a hand. I'm going to call you and try to hit the straight. Now the 8 of diamonds comes off. This gives Vanessa a big draw, open in straight and a flush draw. But notice Anthony has top pair and the same straight draw.
He checks. Wow, Vanessa's going to elect to just see a card, and rightly so.
Check by Vanessa. Deuce of hearts comes off on the river.
You're right.
She is going to be able to get away from this hand.
Yep. A lot of players would have pushed all in and tried to steal it, figuring he doesn't have a king. He has a king, and he most likely would have called. So that could have saved her a fortune. Now what's going to happen on this river? He's out in front with the kings. Wants to put in a value bet, and he will. 800,000, unless she comes back over the top. No, she doesn't. But Vanessa could have been in big trouble. It could be over right now. She still has some chips. Well, we got a new bully in town, and that is Anthony Zinno. He is showing some great poker smarts right now. He's the chip leader. He's got 27 million. She's got 7.8. The blinds are up to 250, 500. Here we go down the stretch.
And Vince, history's been made here tonight. It's the first time in the history of the tour that 2 lawyers have played heads up for the title.
That's true. Anthony Zinno with an ace-6. And he's going to apply the pressure, it looks like.
1.2.
And he's going to make it 1.2 million. Very expensive for Vanessa. Let's take a look at her hand. She's got king 10. She's going all in.
Wow, tough decision now for Anthony.
All right. Call.
He's made the call.
He's made the call, and again, he's made the right decision, at least in terms of mathematically being the favorite. Anthony Zinno out in front. If he wins this pot, he's our champion.
Okay, we are flopping. Here come the first three. It's a queen, 9-7. Anthony out in front with the ace.
So Vanessa has a straight draw now.
Sure does.
A jack would give her the straight.
Anthony so close to taking this title down. He's a guy that passed the bar in law school, but decided to play poker instead, and he's 2 cards away. 1 card away, I should say, as a 5 of hearts hits on the turn.
We are down to the river card. Anthony Zinno 1 card away from fulfilling the dream of becoming a WPT champion.
And $825,000 with it, and the championship title at Borgata. Here we go with the last card.
I can't look. I just can't look.
All right, let's see if it's going to end now or we're going to continue.
Well, that even brings a smile to Vanessa's face. Well, there it is. The lawyers hug. Vanessa's going to have to wait till another tournament to become a WPT champ. But take your hat off to Anthony Zinno. Vince, he beat one of the best in the world to take this title.
Oh, man, he played superb poker tonight. Anthony Zinno from Rhode Island is our champion at Borgata. Let's go down and say hello.
I ran pretty well to get the heads up. I didn't catch any cards heads up. And I don't think I would play any hands differently, you know. If I just called the ace-8, we'd get it in on the flop anyway. So there's just nothing I can do. Sometimes cards don't go your way, but I'll be back.
Congratulations one more time to Anthony Zinno. Lynn, back to you.